She didn't want to cry, but tears still flowed down her face. Their mission was to protect her, and this mission was given by Gu Lingqing before the accident. She missed Gu Lingqing very much. She was also grateful to them for always protecting her. She was so emotional that she turned around and faced her back to the soldiers. Zhang Xingyu handed her a napkin. We are all willing to stay. Everything that Madam has done, fighting against corruption, evil forces, and enemies, we have seen it with our own eyes. It's our dream to follow Madam. Zhang Xingyu was really good with words. Bai Yao was feeling guilty at first. But after hearing his words, she was comforted and felt that she shouldn't be so emotional at this moment. Her tears, her excitement, will affect the happy atmosphere. She adjusted her emotions and turned to face the soldiers. She smiled. Everyone, let's eat. My mom made most of the food. I didn't cook much. I hope you guys like it. After Baiya finished speaking, she saw that the soldiers were still sitting there in fear. They didn't move at all. She looked at Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu also felt that the atmosphere in the military was rather strange. He ordered, dismissed. It's time for everyone to rest. You can talk freely. Madam will prepare wine later. Team 5, you guys still have to be on duty tonight. Don't drink. The rest of you can drink a little. After all, we have to rush home tomorrow. Leader, we haven't bought our train tickets. Is it too late to buy them now? A soldier asked. I've prepared 7 planes. We can send all of you home tomorrow, Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. If we leave, what about Madam? A soldier asked worriedly. At that moment, Baiya was touched. Don't worry, Madam won't be in danger. Evil won't win over good. I've already arranged everything. Haha, there will be delicious dishes and hot pot later. Everyone, eat more. Let Madam see how chubby we are. Zhang Xingyu smiled. The atmosphere became better. Thank you, Madam. Actually, Madam, it's good for us to follow you, a soldier said. Team leader, follow me to the kitchen to serve the dishes, Zhang Xingyu ordered. Yes, Madam. You don't know, but the Aning and the military is so jealous of us. Them? Why? Baiya didn't understand. She felt that the soldiers following her were working hard enough. We've been divided into 5 teams. 2 teams will be on duty for a day. That means we'll rest for a day and work for a day. This has never happened before in the military, the soldier replied. Zhang Xingyu heard it. He came out with the dishes and said, Didn't I arrange for you to train for 4 hours in the morning? Did you slack off? Of course not. We only trained for 4 hours in the morning. But we can still rest for a long time, the soldier said with satisfaction. Do your best. Madam won't mistreat us. There's something I haven't told you yet. Madam has already transferred 200,000 to each of us through a Swiss bank. You should receive it tomorrow. If you haven't received it, remember to call me, Zhang Xingyu said. Ah! The crowd became excited. Some people shouted, Long live Madam! Long live Madam! A straightforward soldier said, I was thinking that it's a good thing I didn't go back for the new year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought back a single cent. How am I going to explain it to my family? I have 200,000 now. I can immediately build a house and raise a lot of pigs. Why don't you have a single cent? Chief Gu gave us a lot of money before, Zhang Xingyu said. The straightforward soldier scratched his head. I've sent all the money back home. I have food and a place to stay at Madam's place. I don't have any money with me. You should go back and celebrate the new year with your wife this time. Maybe the next time you go back, your wife will give birth to a chubby boy, a soldier teased. Chapter 683. Women were all emotional. If she was in labor or confinement, she would want her husband to be by her side. Her husband didn't have to do anything. He just had to accompany her. She said, "If something happens at home, you can ask for leave. It's a 3-month maternity leave. Stay at home and accompany your wife." "Madam, you're so nice. I want to be with you forever," another soldier said. Zhang Xingyu and the squad leaders served the dishes. He heard it again and said, "Io. You should eat more. Leave the flattery to me." After he said that, the soldiers roared with laughter. It was very lively. "Xiaoya, come here." Song Shiyu called Baiya over. "Okay." Baiya walked into the kitchen. "There are too many people at this table. If we put a plate of vegetables on the table, some of them won't be able to eat it. If we put a few more plates and the table is full, what do you think we should do?" Song Shiyu asked worriedly. Baiya glanced at the table outside. The dishes were almost filling up the table. "How about this? We put these vegetables in a big basin and put them at the back. Whoever wants to eat can go and get a plate. This way, we can solve the problem of not being able to put the dishes on the table. Secondly, we won't run out of food," Baiya suggested. Song Shiyu smiled lovingly. "You're so smart. This is a good idea. Let's do it." Baiya helped Song Shiyu carry the plates out. "Well, the table is full. The vegetables are at the back. Whoever wants them can come and get them. I'll give 2 empty plates to each table," Baiya said. The soldiers applauded. Someone said, "Madam, old madam, come and eat too. Thank you for your hard work." Zhang Xingyu looked for the person to talk to in private. Damn, who stole her lines again? Okay. Wait for a while. Baiya helped Song Shiyu put the last 5 dishes into the big steamer. After the timer was set, they sat at the last table. There were 15 people sitting there. The soldiers hadn't been so lively in a long time, and they laughed from time to time. Everyone knew that Baiya was pregnant, so each table sent their own class monitor to toast Baiya. Baiya substituted tea for wine. The monitor of their table was on duty. Zhang Xingyu raised his glass of wine and said to Baiya, "There are thousands of words that need not be spoken. In any case, I'm very happy to be working for Madam. I'm very, very happy." Before Baiya could say anything, Song Shiyu stopped Zhang Xingyu and said, "You also have a mission today, don't drink." Zhang Xingyu looked at Song Shiyu in astonishment. "Old madam, what other tasks do I have? Tell me and I'll do it right away." "You don't have to do it right away. After dinner, bring me some delicious food to Shu Lan's place. She is cold and cheerless. Please accompany her at night. I will go to see her tomorrow." Song Shiyu said with a smile. "Oh, no problem." Zhang Xingyu agreed readily. After dinner, the soldiers probably hadn't gathered for a long time, so they didn't disperse yet. Baiya looked at the time. It was already 9:30 p.m., but Xing Buhua hadn't called. With the soldiers around, it wasn't appropriate for her to leave and rest. In fact, she didn't rest during the day, so she was a little tired now. She didn't speak, but listened to their conversation quietly. She smiled when she saw them talking and laughing. People were strange. No matter how lively the scene was, if no one showed up, she would still feel depressed and lonely. Song Shiyu saw that Baiya wasn't in a good state, so she said gently, "If you're tired, you can rest first. I'll take care of everything here." Seeing that Baiya was tired, the soldiers knew that they had disturbed Baiya. Baiya liked silence. "Well, we're full. We'll leave first," a soldier said. The soldiers said goodbye one after another. After a while, only Song Shiyu and Baiya were left in the living room. Go and rest first. I'll clean up here, Song Shiyu said lovingly. Okay. Thank you, Mom. Baiya didn't refuse. She was really a little tired. She went to the library. As soon as she laid on the bed, she closed her eyes and fell asleep. After some time, she was pushed awake. When she opened her eyes, she saw Gu Lingqing. She blinked, thinking that she was still dreaming. Sadness flashed in her eyes, and she closed them again. Tears flowed from the corners of her eyes. Seeing her tears, Xing Buhua felt as if his heart was being cut by a knife. Xiaoya, Xiaoya, Xing Buhua called gently. Baiya opened her eyes again and looked at Xing Buhua. She was much more awake now. When she came to her senses, they were no longer in a dream. She sat up and asked, "Are we leaving?" "Yes." "I'm sorry. Something happened. I couldn't come in time," Xing Buhua said apologetically. His eyes were dark and a trace of complexity flashed across. He quickly looked down so that Baiya wouldn't notice. "It's okay. You're in a critical period now. I understand. But you have to wait for me. I have to pack some luggage," Baiya said. "Okay. I'll go with you." Xing Buhua held Baiya's hand and went back to her room. Baiya took out some clothes from the closet and threw them on the bed. Xing Buhua folded them and put them neatly into her luggage. She seemed to have seen this scene in her dream. "Xiaoya, after we go, I want to stay in B country for a few more days. I'll show you around," Xing Buhua said. She actually had the same idea. "I'll ask the soldiers of the shadow to come to work on the 7th day of the new year. We can come back on the 7th or 8th day." Xing Buhua smiled. "Are we telepathic?" Baiya smiled too. Maybe. She especially cherished the time she spent with Gu Lingqing. "There's something I have to remind you. I can give you advice during the negotiation, but I can't show my face. I'm worried that if Suochuni finds out, he'll do more harm to you," Baiya said. "Okay, I know. I'll get you a fake identity after we go. You might have to wear a wig and sunglasses. Let's try to keep a low profile." Xing Buhua had already thought about it. Baiya nodded. After they packed their luggage, they left through the secret passage. Baiya didn't sleep for more than a few hours. She was still quite sleepy. Her chin rested on Xing Buhua's shoulder. She looked forward lazily. Her heart was also lazy. "Lingqing, actually, I really hope that you can appear during dinner tonight. The people of the shadow will be very happy to see you." "Okay." Xing Buhua lowered his voice. He went to see Gu Lingqing today. The research team called him and told him that Gu Lingqing was in shock again. After spending a few hours, they announced that Gu Lingqing was dead. At that moment, he couldn't understand his heart. Was it regret, heartache, or was it a fluke? However, the next second, Gu Lingqing miraculously came back to life. It seemed that he couldn't let go of Baiya. However, he was still unconscious. He sighed heavily. There will be a day like that. Chapter 684. Did you dream of me too? Xing Buhua asked in surprise. He suddenly thought of something. When Gu Lingqing was with her, he would dream of them together. Now that he was with Baiya, would Gu Lingqing dream of them together too? "I dreamed that you were going to jump into the sea. I was scared. I was scared that you would leave me. So I shouted your name with all my might. You seemed to have heard it. You turned around and looked at me, and you seemed to be standing by my bed. I don't know. I don't know if it was a dream or reality. But I have the same dream every time. I'm scared. Baiya sobbed. She opened her eyes. Her eyes were red. Xing Buhua clenched the handle and said in a deep voice, I won't leave you. It's the opposite in dreams. You say that every time. Baiya sounded a little angry. That's why I'm here every time. Xing Buhua stopped the car and turned around to look at her. He looked at her affectionately, as if he was looking at her. Baiya raised the corner of her mouth slightly. You're right. Half an hour later, they entered the bathing area from one of the secret passages and came out from the secret door of the bathing area. Xing Buhua brought her to a black Buick business car. I bought a ticket to Country B at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The makeup will take 6 hours. You can take a nap then. We'll be done at around 7 a.m. Then we'll rush to the airport, Xing Buhua said. How is Chuani doing in Country F? Baiya asked tentatively. Not much yet. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's in trouble. Xing Buhua was also confused. Maybe he's just observing. He's a patient person. Baiya judged. But he should be done before me. Today, I sent another list of spies anonymously to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So far, there hasn't been any response. Let's wait until we go to B country and negotiate with them, Xing Buhua said worriedly. I keep feeling like there's a mystery ahead, more like an abyss. I'm a little worried that there's an even stronger conspiracy hidden behind this incident, Baiya said, squinting his eyes. For example. Xing Buhua trusted Baiya's judgment. For example, Shen Yin will never let Chuani become a hero. He is the one who urgently needs to suppress Chuani. Another example is that Chuani has not made a move. He must have thought of this. Our appearance might be the key for Chuani to turn the situation around. It's dangerous, Baiya analyzed. We'll act according to the circumstances. We're not acting according to the circumstances. We have to prepare for Plan B, Baiya corrected Xing Buhua. Fighting with a group of old foxes, they had to be more cunning than the foxes. Half an hour later, they arrived at a crowded KTV parking lot. Xing Buhua held Baiya's hand and walked into the elevator. They pressed the button for the 11th floor. Baiya wore a cap and kept her head down. She was afraid that they would be caught on video or seen by someone else. If that happened, their plan would be ruined. When they reached the 11th floor, Xing Buhua pulled her up the stairs and pushed the wall open. Baiya widened her eyes in surprise. This is the 12th floor. No, it's a hidden floor. Xing Buhua explained and continued to pull her forward. You hit a floor without anyone noticing. The elevator here goes up to the 27th floor, but the number outside shows the 28th floor. Isn't that abnormal? Baiya was even more shocked. The number outside also shows the 27th floor. There will be a visual difference. So, the extra floor here is hidden. Our makeup artist is inside. He'll bring you to meet someone, Xing Buhua said. He stopped and knocked on the door. Someone opened the door. Baiya saw a man in a black suit. He was sitting in front of the mirror. Through the mirror, he had a face that was almost identical to Gu Lingqing's. When she took a closer look, she realized that there was a difference. At first glance, he looked like Gu Lingqing, but he looked strange. He was very stiff, as if his muscles were stiff after plastic surgery. Moreover, the color of his skin was not right. It was obvious that he had makeup on, especially his eyes. At first glance, he looked like Gu Lingqing, but at second glance, he realized that there was an obvious difference. Actually, it's easy for people to notice that he doesn't look like Gu Lingqing, Baiya said. He'll go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at 8 in the morning tomorrow. He'll wear sunglasses and go to the office. He just needs to look like Gu Lingqing. It's not like someone is watching him, Xing Buhua explained. But he has to get on the plane, right? No one noticed. Bai Ye looked at him. The more she looked at him, the more he didn't look like Gu Lingqing. He'll take a special plane tomorrow. He won't go through the security check. The people around him will be my people. They're all people I trust. They can also stop people from looking at him. There shouldn't be a problem, Xing Buhua said with certainty. Bai Ye could only hope that was the case. Looking at the man's makeup, one could imagine what she and Xing Buhua's makeup would look like. Bai Ye sat on the chair and thought of something. She asked the makeup artist, "I'm pregnant now. You don't have any heavy metals like lead or mercury in your makeup, right?" "No, the chief told me that it must be the most natural," the makeup artist said. Bai Ye was relieved. Gu Lingqing was as meticulous as ever. She leaned back on the chair and closed her eyes. She felt the coolness on her face. The makeup artist applied layer after layer of makeup on her face. She fell asleep before she knew it. Xing Buhua looked at her. She must be very tired from sleeping like this. Can she do it on the bed? Xing Buhua asked with concern. Yes, the makeup artist said. But she needs to wake up when I do the makeup on her eyes. Okay. Wait a minute, Xing Buhua said to his makeup artist. He carried Bai Ye. Bai Ye opened her eyes and looked at him. He smiled gently. It's okay. Go to sleep. I'll wake you up when it's time. Bai Ye closed her eyes again. He put Bai Ye on the bed. The makeup artist continued to do makeup for Bai Ye. After 3 hours, the makeup artist woke her up. Bai Ye opened her eyes. She had too little sleep. Her head hurt so badly that she couldn't even open her eyes. I'm sorry. I need to do the makeup on her eyes. That's why I woke you up, the makeup artist said gently. Bai Ye understood. She pulled herself together and glanced at Xing Buhua. His face had become a completely different person. It was round, chubby, and very sensual. Bai Ye smiled. Lingqing. Xing Buhua looked at her and smiled too. You finally put on weight. Bai Ye walked to the mirror. Her face was 1/3 bigger than his own. Her forehead was flat and wide, and her chin was a little forward. She really had the characteristics of that female employee. If I had known that there was such a disguise technique, I wouldn't have had to go through the pain of plastic surgery. Chapter 685. Bai Ye understood. The key is that in order to maintain these 72 hours, you have to endure 6 hours of makeup. The makeup artist smiled slightly. She pursed her lips and did not say anything. Then, she started to work on Bai Ye's eyes. Once the eyes were done, the makeup artist would be 80% similar. Therefore, it took the longest time to work on the eyes. After more than 2 hours, the makeup artist compared Bai Ye to the person in the photo. When she felt that it was about right, she took a photo of Bai Ye. Take a look. Is it good enough? She passed the 2 photos to Bai Ye for comparison. From the photo, it looked exactly the same, but she could not look at it closely. Her face was too stiff. Thank you, it's good enough. Xing Buhua looked at Bai Ye and smiled. His eyes were full of smiles. Bai Ye saw that he was chubby and smiled too. If Gu Lingqing was chubby, he would look good too. After the makeup was done, they went to the airport. Bai Ye called Ling Shuai. I'm on my way to the airport now. I've already arranged it yesterday. You can line up at number 10, Ling Shuai said. Can you not look at my face? Give me a secret signal. Bai Ye did not tell Ling Shuai about her disguise. Sure. The secret signal is, say, It's so hot today that I've caught a cold. I wonder if Xiao Guai has caught a cold. Ling Shui said. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Baiya said. She hung up, put on her mask and sunglasses, and went to the airport. They entered the waiting room easily. Baiya was still wearing her mask and sunglasses. She lowered her head and sat in the corner, waiting for her turn in silence. Time ticked by. For some reason, Baiya's heart was in turmoil and she felt a little uneasy. She thought for a moment and called Lu Shuang. Xiao Bai, you're so early. Lu Shuang sighed, still sleepy. Have you forgotten that I usually get up early? What is Shiniyan doing now? Baiya asked tentatively. I don't know. He went out early in the morning and didn't call me. When he didn't call me, I was free. After waking up, I started playing games. I realized that there are many live streaming platforms that can stream games and earn money. Lu Shuang said happily. Cool girl, it's better for you to know more about Shiniyan. Only by knowing yourself and your enemy can you emerge victorious. Baiya reminded. Okay. I'll call him and ask him what he's doing. I'll call you later, Lu Shuang said. Then, he hung up and called Shiniyan. Shiniyan hung up on her. Lu Shuang guessed that Shiniyan might be in a meeting or something. It would be meaningless to call her now. So, she called Baiya. I called him, but he didn't pick up. I think he's busy. Xiao Bai, did something happen to Shiniyan? Lu Shuang asked worriedly. No, I just hope that you can be more careful. It's New Year's Eve today. Do you want to come over and spend it with me? Lu Shuang invited enthusiastically. How can I go to the president's residence for New Year's? What will people think of me? Baiya smiled and said gently. Then I'll come over to your house. I don't want to spend the new year with Hua Zixing in the president's residence. It'll be awkward. She has Nangong Yu and Hua Rui with her, Lu Shuang said dejectedly. Shiniyan seemed to have gone out with Hua Zixing. Even if you want to come over to my place, Shiniyan won't agree to it. Baiya saw that the plane had already started to board. Finally, she said, Shuang Niu, I have something to do here. I have to hang up first. Remember to call me if anything happens. If I turn off my phone, you can also leave a message for me. N. Okay. But Xiao Bai, from your tone, did something big happen? Don't be like last time and not tell me anything, Lu Shuang said with a pleading tone. He was a little lost and disappointed. Baiya thought for a while. Last time, he didn't tell her anything. Lu Shuang's mother died. Shiniyan has been doing something big recently. I'm worried that she will do something desperate. You'll be in danger. Be careful and live well, Baiya reminded. Okay, Lu Shuang replied. I'm hanging up. Baiya hung up. After thinking for a while, she turned off her phone. Xing Buhua walked towards her and said, The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Country B called me and arranged to meet at 6:00 in the afternoon. My people will fly to Country B at 10 o'clock. He might arrive a little earlier than us. Then are you going to let him meet the Minister of Foreign Affairs, or are you going yourself? Baiya asked worriedly. If the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Country B was from Swachuani, then Xing Buhua was in too much danger. If Country B finds out that the person who is going to negotiate with him is a fake, the consequences will be severe. So, I have to go. But I will cooperate with my man to confuse those who want to harm me, Xing Buhua said in a deep voice. It's a competition of caution and scheming. Let's be careful, Baiya said. She carried her small suitcase and queued up to board the plane. It only took 3 hours and 40 minutes to fly from Country A to Country B directly. Baya closed her eyes and slept the moment she boarded the plane. When they were about to reach Country B, the air stewardess informed her. Baya opened her eyes slowly. Maybe because she didn't sleep well last night, she felt that she couldn't get enough sleep. Are you okay? Xing Buhua asked with concern. Baya looked at Xing Buhua and was stunned. Then, she smiled casually. His chubby face was so cute that she wanted to pinch it. Seeing her smile, Xing Buhua couldn't help but smile too. He held her hand and looked at her deeply. Are we staying in a hotel? Baya asked thoughtfully. No, staying in a hotel is too eye-catching. I've already arranged a place to stay. Someone will come and pick us up when we get off the plane, Xing Buhua explained. Is it safe? Baya was cautious. Xing Buhua nodded. He's a reliable person. When they got off the plane, Xing Buhua switched on his phone. There were a lot of incoming call notifications on his phone. Xing Buhua called Li Junyan back first. Li Junyan must have something important to report since he called him. Once the call went through, Li Junyan immediately picked up the phone. Chief, something happened. What happened? Xing Buhua asked solemnly and stopped in his tracks. Seeing that he didn't look well, Baya also stopped in her tracks and waited for him. Sir, our plane exploded in mid-air, Li Junyan said in pain. What? Xing Buhua was shocked. Are you talking about the private plane that came to Country B? Yes. Do you know who did it? Did you find the black box? Xing Buhua continued to ask. No, we lost contact with the plane an hour before the accident. The explosion happened on the sea and there was no information left, Li Junyan said. I got it. You must comfort the family and ensure their future, especially Li Liangyu, Xing Buhua instructed. Chapter 686. Let's talk about it after I'm done with the discussion, Xing Buhua narrowed his eyes and said, emitting a cold aura. Baya looked at Xing Buhua thoughtfully. Now, even with the mask on, he looked very sinister. What's wrong? Li Liangyu, the one who pretended to be me, was on the plane to Country B. The plane exploded, killing me and 4 others, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baya's hands were trembling. This had happened once before. Gu Lingxing's plane exploded on its way to the special military area. Who is it? Xing Dongqing is dead, and it's unlikely that Su Jing is dead. Switch Yuni. Baya's voice was trembling. I don't know who it is at the moment, but the possibility of it being him is very high, Xing Buhua guessed. Baya couldn't control her emotions and kicked the luggage hard. The image of the bullet piercing through Gu Lingxing's head kept flashing in her mind, and the piercing feeling attacked her again. Why? Baya's eyes were bloodshot, and he clenched his fists tightly. You've already changed your identity, but there are still people who don't want to let you go. It was Xing Dongqing before, and now it's Wu Chuanyi. Why do they all have to do this? Xing Buhua knew that she was worried about him. He reached out and hugged Baya. He pressed the back of her neck and pressed her against his shoulder. He felt that she was still trembling. His heart was aching and sour. Don't be afraid. We're fine now, and we'll always be fine in the future. Baya hugged Xing Buhua's waist, trying not to collapse emotionally. She holds back her fear, worry, fear, and anger. Lingqing, Xing Dongqing is dead. After this negotiation, let's leave, okay? Find a place where no one knows us, take Mom, take our kids. Son, live a good life. Xing Buhua patted Baya's back to comfort her, but didn't say anything. Okay. Baya urged. It was rare for him to be so willful and domineering in front of him. If we don't solve Zhuochuanyi, we will be in danger no matter where we go. Also, my man died. I have to avenge him. Xing Buhua said, implying that he couldn't just leave with her. Bai Ye pushed Xing Buhua away forcefully. His suppressed temper exploded. You're like this every time. Last time we agreed to leave, you said you wanted to avenge your father. Now that Xing Dongqing is dead, you say you want to avenge your brothers. You do this and that. Why don't you think about me? The last time I was pregnant, you weren't by my side. This time, you're still not by my side. I'm worried and scared every day. I'm really tired. Do you still want to be with me? She wiped away her tears. The back of her hand was smeared with makeup. She knew that she shouldn't lose her temper in public. Many people would look at her and find her strange. The more she couldn't control her emotions, the more dangerous it would be for them. Xing Buhua just looked at her deeply and let her lose her temper. Let's split up for a while. I'll contact you later, Bai Ye said. She turned around, picked up her luggage, and ran out of the door quickly. She didn't want to force Gu Lingqing, but she really couldn't bear to see him die again. She had enough of this kind of life. Xing Buhua quickly caught up with her. He held her arm, sighed softly, and said helplessly, "You're not familiar with this place. I'll be worried." Bai Ye's eyes were red. She shook off his hand. "I've been alone in America for 3 years. I'm also unfamiliar with this place. I'm living a good life. I can live a good life anywhere I go," Bai Ye said angrily. She knew that she was forcing him. When she knew that his plane had exploded, she broke down. Xing Buhua hugged her helplessly. He wrapped her whole body in his arms. "Don't be angry. I promise you. When we return from Biland, I'll leave with you." Bai Ye looked up at him in disbelief. "Are you serious?" Xing Buhua nodded. "Really? I'll travel around the world. I can live on a deserted island if I want." Hearing the word, deserted island, Bai Ye felt sad. That used to be their paradise. But now that the place was exposed, it meant that they couldn't go back to that place if they wanted to leave this mess. She felt sad. Very sad. She cried out loud. Xing Buhua's heart ached when he heard her crying. She was used to being strong. It was as if she was invincible. She fought against Xing Dongqing, Zhou Chuanyi, Su Jing, and all kinds of enemies. At this moment, she was so fragile. She was just a young woman. She wondered if Gu Lingqing, who was lying on the bed, could hear her crying. If he could, would he be sad too? If he was sad, would he wake up? "Xiaoya, I'm sorry. I made you sad," Xing Buhua said hoarsely. Bai Ye gradually calmed down. What kind of person was Gu Lingqing? During a mission, he could sacrifice himself to save others, even if it was a stranger. Because he said that he was a soldier. He would be sad for a long time when a comrade died. He could sacrifice himself to save his comrade. He was a man who valued relationships and righteousness. To him, she was more important than his own life. She knew that he was sad. His brothers died because of him. So he couldn't leave. She understood him. Even if he left now, he would be unhappy for the rest of his life. He would be tormented by his conscience for the rest of his life. Just like that mission 8 years ago. His comrades died one by one in front of him. He never let go of them. Thinking of this, she felt sad again. She cried and looked at his helpless, deep eyes. Maybe love was sacrificing for the other party. Go and fight. Go and take revenge for your soldiers. I'll fight with you. If you die, I'll be with you, Bai Ye said firmly. She knew that she should do this. But it was like a flood had accumulated in her heart. There was too much water to hold, so it could only flow out from her eyes. Xing Buhua hugged Baiye with heartache. She was really a very understanding person. She was also very reasonable. Although she broke down and was angry just now, it was because she loved Gu Lingqing too much. After she calmed down, she would still stand in Gu Lingqing's position and do it, no matter how sad she was or how much she didn't want to. She always forced herself. Xiaoya, if we don't get rid of Zhuochuani, you and I will be in danger no matter where we go. Zhuochuani is the kind of person who would rather kill 100 wrongly than let one go. After we get rid of Zhuochuani, no matter what happens, we have to leave. Baiye looked into his eyes. She looked at him with a burning and pleading gaze. Even though she looked ugly now, he was still moved by those compassionate eyes. Chapter 687. Xiaoya, when this matter in B Nation is over, I'll abandon the identity of Xing Buhua and return as Gu Lingqing, Xing Buhua said. Baiye nodded. It doesn't matter if you're Gu Lingqing or Xing Buhua, those people won't tolerate you anymore. Why don't you go back to being Gu Lingqing? We'll be together openly. Yeah, we'll be together openly. We'll never leave each other again. Xing Buhua followed Baiye's drawing and wiped her tears. Oh no, my makeup is ruined. Should we hurry up and leave? Baiye immediately put on her sunglasses. He held her hand and walked out of the airport, making a call. Got it. He pulled Baiye and got into a black Mercedes. After putting down their luggage, he opened the back door and let Baiye get in first. Baiye quickly got into the car. There was only a foreigner in the car. After Xing Buhua got into the car, the foreigner conversed with Xing Buhua in B Nation's language. Baiye couldn't understand a single word. Gu Lingqing knew many languages. Baiye knew about this. She looked out of the window and gradually calmed herself down. Xing Buhua suddenly held her hand. She looked at Xing Buhua. She looked at Xing Buhua. Xiaoya, do you think it's possible that Shiniyan did this? Xing Buhua asked thoughtfully. It's unlikely. He knows that my mind isn't on the court. I'll leave with you. I won't be a threat to him, Baiye said. But he doesn't know that I'm Gu Lingqing. I've just received news that Zhuochuani has been arrested by the Prime Minister of F Nation this morning, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baiye was shocked. So, you're saying that Zhuochuani couldn't have done the plane explosion? Even if Zhuochuani did it, it's impossible that Shiniyan didn't know about it. He might have allowed it to happen. But I think that Zhuochuani couldn't take care of himself. It's almost impossible for him to plant a bomb on my plane, Xing Buhua said solemnly. Baiye's eyes flickered as he tried to sort out the logic within, trying to sort out the clues. If he asked Shiniyan directly, the result would be faster. She took out her phone and prepared to turn it on. Xing Buhua reminded, have you installed anti-tracking devices? Yes, I have. Don't worry. My phone's location changes every minute. I should be in the South Pole now, Baiye explained. Be careful. Also, Shiniyan is an extremely smart person. Don't be tricked by him. We're on the way now. He can hear us through the phone and analyze it. I suggest that we contact him after we reach the base, Xing Buhua said worriedly. Baiye thought about it and nodded. Half an hour later, the car stopped in the parking lot of a villa. Baiye and the others didn't get out. The ground sank and sent them to the third floor underground. The car continued to drive forward. It stopped after 5 minutes. The car continued to rise and arrived at another parking lot. The foreigner who was driving got out of the car and opened the back door. Baiye and Xing Buhua got out of the car and entered a small door. Another small door led to another villa. Xing Buhua said to Baiye, go wash your face and remove your makeup. We'll stay here for the time being. Okay. Baiye looked around. Please come with me, the foreigner said in a non-standard country language. Baiye followed the foreigner to a room at the end of the first floor. It was a suite with a large bathroom. The hot spring tub in the bathroom was 2 meters by 2 meters. She removed the makeup on her face, washed her face, went out, sat on the sofa, and turned on her phone. There were many calls on her phone. Some were cold, some were from Song Shiyu, some were from Zhang Xingyu, some were from Xing Shang, some were from Shiniyan, and some were from Lu Shuang. She called Song Shiyu first. Xiaoya, how are you? Song Shiyu asked worriedly. Mom. I'm fine. I'm fine. How about Lingqing? Is Lingqing okay? I heard that our plane exploded when it was flying to Country B. The Minister of Foreign Affairs was also on it. The Minister of Foreign Affairs is Lingqing, right? Song Shiyu asked worriedly. She couldn't help but sound anxious and sad. Mom, Lingqing is fine too. Don't worry. The enemy is as cunning as you. We're not that easy to deal with. Soon, Lingqing and I will come back together. This time, Lingqing won't leave us, Baiye comforted her. Song Shiyu breathed a sigh of relief. She still believed in Baiye's words. That's good. You must be careful when you're outside. Don't worry, I'll take care of you at home. There's one more thing. There are 10 young men in the shadows who won't go home. They're still stationed in our manor. Zhang Xingyu won't go back either. Thank you for your hard work. You have to rest well when you're outside too. Eat well every day, Song Shiyu reminded her. Baiye felt a warmth in her heart. Alright, I'll hang up then. I still have calls from some people. I have to return them. Okay. Baiye hung up and called Shiniyan. She asked indifferently, what's wrong? Where are you now? Shiniyan asked directly. It's New Year's Eve today. Shiniyan, can you calm down? I want to rest well too, Baiye said irritably. Xing Buhua's plane exploded on the way to Country B. Do you know about this? Shiniyan asked. Yes, I got the news immediately. What's wrong? Baiye's tone was indifferent. Who do you think did it? Shiniyan asked. Shiniyan, do you think that you're the only one with a normal IQ in the world? Baiye asked impatiently. Shiniyan's tone became serious too. What do you mean by that? I think you should know that my goal is not to be in the government. I just want to leave Country A after I'm done with what I want to do. I want to live a free and unrestrained life. Shiniyan kept quiet. Baiye continued, actually, I know that you killed Xing Dongqing. Of course, you didn't have to do it yourself. You only needed to stir up other people's emotions and get someone else to do the dirty work. Zhuochuani is under the control of the Prime Minister of Country F. The Prime Minister of Country F has a good relationship with you. If I'm not wrong, you'll soon announce the evidence of Zhuochuani's betrayal. Zhuochuani will definitely be dead after he leaves Country F. Moreover, he'll die with a bad reputation and nothing. Previously, the 3 magnates were all taken down by you. You're still afraid of Xing Buhua. Or perhaps, you hate Xing Buhua. First, it's because Xing Buhua came to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs used to be your territory. But Xing Buhua can still get married. You can't control his personality. So, you can't tolerate him. Only you can blow up Xing Buhua. I suspect that you're the one who announced the spy, right? Because only you have the authority to see the list of our spies in other countries. Chapter 688. Xing Buhua leaned against the wall in shock. He looked straight ahead and his chest was heaving violently. He recalled the time he spent with Shen Yin. He always thought that Sui Chuanyi was the one who betrayed the intelligence. He didn't expect that it was Shen Yin. If Shen Yin was the one who set up this trap, then Shen Yin was too scary. His father spent more than 10 years to stabilize the throne, but he only spent 2 years. He didn't even need to do anything himself. No, Shen Yin said in a low voice. Of course you said no. You are so shrewd. How could you admit that Shen Yin and Xing Buhua are Gu Lingqing? Are you satisfied with this answer? Now that Sui Chuanyi is dead, no one will be able to shake your royal authority. Gu Lingqing will not be able to threaten you. After we return, we will prepare to leave. After we come back, we will leave and stop dealing with us. Bai Ye emphasized. You said that Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing. Shen Yin was also shocked. I am very tired. I helped you because I think that only you will let go of Gu Lingqing and me. Only by helping you, Lu Shuang can be happy. Don't waste your time on us. Bai Ye said and hung up the phone. Xing Buhua walked into the room and looked at Bai Ye with a complicated look. You also think that Shen Yin is the biggest behind the scenes. I tested him, but he denied it. So far, I can't tell the truth from his tone. Lingqing. Bai Ye called his name, stood up and walked to him. Yes, Xing Buhua answered. I have already told Shen Yin that you are Gu Lingqing. I think that when he doesn't know that you are Gu Lingqing, he may take action. But after he knows, he will let go. So? Xing Buhua asked faintly. This time, Sui Chuanyi should be finished. Before we confirm that Shen Yin is the mastermind, let him go. He is the man that Lu Shuang likes. I owe Lu Shuang. Don't do anything to him unless I have to, Bai Ye pleaded. Xing Buhua kept silent. When he found out that Shen Yin was manipulating everything behind the scenes, he wanted to deal with him. Just like Gu Lingqing, he was also a god of war. He had never lost or made a mistake, but this time, he suffered a huge setback because of Shen Yin. He was indignant, but at the same time, his long-lost blood was ignited. Lingqing. Bai Ye called his name. Call me Buhua, Xing Buhua said. You're not going to spend it. Xing Buhua's eyes softened a little, and he reached out to hold her in his arms. Do you know why I named myself Buhua? It's the same pronunciation as confusion. Bai Ye guessed. It's one of the meanings. It's no longer confused, and it's clear where you're going. It also means speed, agility, and speed. Bai Ye looked at him and had a bad feeling. You're expressing your passion, your ability, and your decisiveness. So, you don't want to let Shen Yin go. If he killed my comrade, I can't let him go, Xing Buhua said firmly. Bai Ye took a step back and lowered her eyes. I don't want to discuss this with you now. After all, we still don't know who the murderer is. Maybe it's not him at all, and I'm just worrying for nothing. You rest for a while. I'll set up a trap first. We must succeed and go back, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Bai Ye looked up at him. Since you're in someone else's trap now, it's too dangerous to meet the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Why don't you invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs over and have a good talk? Tell him your difficulties. Or, if you think it's too risky, you can bring forward the meeting time. Anyway, don't go according to other people's plans. That's my plan too. You rest for a while. After I go, I'll put a listening device on me, and you'll be able to hear our conversation. When the time comes, we can communicate directly. Bai Ye knew that he didn't want her to follow him because he wanted to ensure her safety. She didn't want to be a burden to him, and it would be better for him to act alone. After Xing Buhua left, Bai took a change of clothes into the bathroom again. She took off her clothes, sat in the bathtub, and closed her eyes to rest. Her phone rang. She opened her eyes helplessly and looked at the caller ID. It was a cold call. She forgot that she didn't return the cold call, and picked it up. "Madam, the general's plane exploded," Ling Pin said in a low voice. Don't worry," Bai said calmly. Ling Pin smiled. "I knew that the general would be fine. I'll go do my work first, and wait for your triumphant return." Bai hung up the phone and looked ahead. She pressed her hand on her chest, which still felt uncomfortable. She lay on the bathtub, rested for a while, and felt sleepy again. She was worried that she would fall asleep and catch a cold, so she washed her hair, changed her clothes, and got out of the bathtub. Xing Buhua came in and looked at her with a complicated expression. He opened the drawer under the TV cabinet and took out a hairdryer. Bai recalled the time when they first met. When she went to his place, he also took out a hairdryer from under the TV cabinet. There was a strange feeling in her heart again. Before Xing Buhua could dry her hair, she hugged Xing Buhua and buried her face in his arms, not saying a word. His eyes softened, and his heart was surrounded by gentleness. It was as if heavy honey had been poured into his heart, and the fighting spirit that had been ignited was extinguished. Forget it, since her wish was to leave with him, he would leave with her. This was the first time he compromised, and it changed the ideals, aspirations, and ambitions that he had had since he was young. The image of them having many children appeared in his mind, and it seemed beautiful. He lowered his head and kissed her forehead. "When we finish this mission and go back, Shiniyan should have stabilized the throne, and we will leave together." Bai was touched and nodded. She could finally leave. From now on, she could live her ideal life with Gu Lingqing. "You must be careful when you go out to negotiate this time." "Don't worry, I just got the crucial evidence, and it will definitely succeed," Xing Buhua said with certainty. "I'll dry your hair first, and then I'll leave." Bai stood beside him obediently, and looked at his stern face in a daze. He looked back at her and smiled. "If you keep looking at me like this, I'll think too much." Bai blushed slightly and lowered her eyes. If Sui Chuani fails this time, Shiniyan will stabilize his position. What he needs to do is to negotiate with Hua Zixing. After all, he has always wanted to marry Lu Shuang. With his intelligence and strategy, Hua Zixing will not be a match for him, Xing Buhua said in a strange tone. Chapter 689. Xing Buhua blew her hair gently. "As for the antidote, I will find a research team to research it in secret, just in case it is needed. After all, it is a consumable drug, and there is no profit to be made. Moreover, it needs to be nurtured for a long time. Apart from the Gu Corporation, I am afraid that there are others who are capable and responsible, but they don't have the ambition. I don't have the ability." "You mean, we will take on this responsibility?" Bai looked into Xing Buhua's eyes. "We are just doing it in secret, and we won't let anyone know. Maybe there won't be a biochemical crisis in the future, right?" Xing Buhua said earnestly. Bai wanted to live a free life without pressure and responsibility. But in this world, you can't do whatever you want. She just had to take on the responsibility of the antidote. There was no scheming, no deceit, no life and death. That was fine. So she agreed. "I will listen to you on this." She took the hairdryer from Xing Buhua's hand, turned it off and placed it on the table. "It's getting late, we need more time to prepare. Nothing is more important than staying alive. You are now responsible for the lives of you, me, and our child. 3 lives. Xing Buhua held her hand, brought it to his lips and kissed it deeply. "Wait for me to come back." "Okay." Baiya said softly. The monitoring equipment is next door. I will be able to hear you as long as you speak into the microphone. Xing Buhua reminded her. Baiya nodded. Be careful. Xing Buhua let go of her and turned to leave. Baiya went next door. There was a high-tech equipment next door. Apart from her, there was a man and a woman who were busy working. She could see the situation in the car through the video, and she could also see Xing Buhua. He was wearing a strange black and white checkered suit, and he was resting with his eyes closed. Did you install a camera on his back? Baiya asked. Yes, madam. The buttons on the back of the suit are decorated to prevent being attacked from behind. The man explained. Baiya nodded. It was always better to be careful. She pulled out a chair and sat in front of the screen, staring at Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua seemed to sense Baiya's gaze. He opened his eyes and stared at the pinhole camera in front of him, asking, Are you looking at me? Baiya smiled and said to the microphone, Go to sleep first. Xing Buhua smiled. It feels weird to be stared at while I sleep. Baiya's smile widened a little. How long will it take to get there? About an hour. Baiya looked at the time on the screen. It was almost 16 o'clock. He had arrived an hour earlier than the agreed time. He hoped that nothing would go wrong. Go to sleep first, I won't look at you anymore. Okay. Xing Buhua replied and closed his eyes. Baiya stood up and said to the girl beside her, Call me when he gets there. Yes, madam, the girl said politely. Baiya returned to her room and lay on the bed. She closed her eyes and rested for a while. Her phone suddenly rang and woke her up. She saw that it was an unfamiliar number and didn't want to answer it. She hung up and looked at the time. Xing Buhua should be arriving at the Minister of Country B. She walked to the room next door. Leader, the patrolling soldiers on the right will arrive at where you are in 10 seconds, the girl said. Baiya stood behind the chair and stared at the screen solemnly. She saw Xing Buhua nimbly dodging the soldiers. She was so nervous that she held on to the chair. If the other party also installed a surveillance camera, he will be exposed. It's like this, madam. We hacked into the other party's surveillance system. They saw the footage from an hour ago, the man explained. Be careful. Baiya shouted in panic. Xing Buhua was sandwiched in the middle. Seeing that he was about to be discovered, Baiya's heart almost jumped out of her throat. Xing Buhua heard Baiya's voice. The girl didn't have time to report the situation. Xing Buhua put on his hat vigilantly, jumped and stuck to the wall. Baiya then noticed that the tiles on the roof were black and white. Xing Buhua seemed to be hiding on the roof. There are suction cups on the palm of the leader's hand and the back of his shoes. As long as you don't look at where the leader is, you won't be able to see it, the man explained. Baiya didn't care how Xing Buhua stuck to the roof. She only cared if he noticed. The soldiers passed by below. Fortunately, none of them noticed Xing Buhua. Baiya heaved a sigh of relief. Xing Buhua came down from the roof. As he ran, he took off his clothes and put them on. They were huge sunflowers. He quickly went up the stairs. The wallpaper upstairs was a sunflower pattern. You've done your homework, Baiya said as she stared at the screen. We've been lurking in B country for 10 years. We know every government organization and the decorations in their homes. We know a lot of things that people don't know about, the man reported proudly. Baiya looked at him. Suddenly, she felt a sense of admiration. This was the country's soldiers. They had the best qualities and skills. What they were doing seemed simple. Once they were discovered, they would be dead. The country is proud of you. The man smiled. Swear to protect the country's position. Don't take the initiative to hurt others, but definitely defend the country's power. Do whatever it takes. Sacrifice yourself for the greater good. Good luck. Bai could only say these 2 words. Without waiting for Huashunli to pass by, Xing Biao went up to the target floor. He took off his outer clothes and stuck to the roof above the corridor. Wearing only a black suit, he went upstairs again and pushed open the door of the minister's room. When the secretary saw Xing Buhua, her eyes widened. Before she could scream, she felt a pain in her neck and fainted. Xing Buhua pushed open the door. The minister of B country was sending an email. When he saw the visitor, he immediately wanted to press the alarm. I advise you to talk to me calmly. After all, I only need 1 shot to kill you. It will take at least 5 seconds for your people to run in. No one can save you, Xing Buhua said confidently and sat on the sofa. The minister of B country looked at Xing Buhua warily. He didn't dare to act rashly. He asked, "Who are you? Why are you looking for me?" "I'm the minister of a country, Xing Buhua said faintly and curled his lips. The minister of B country frowned in surprise. "Weren't you killed on the plane?" "Ling Qing, ask him how he knew you were killed on the plane," Bai said. Chapter 690. He's hiding something on purpose. Bai reminded him, he's colluding with the person from country A. He arranged a meeting time with you beforehand. That's why he knew that you were killed in the explosion. That's why the person from country A leaked the name list to him on purpose so that he could arrest you. His real motive is actually to kill you. After listening to Bai's analysis, Xing Buhua's eyes turned cold. His gaze became desolate and murderous. "Come, tell me, who's the mastermind behind this?" The minister stood up. "I don't know what you're talking about. Ling Qing, be careful. He's getting ready to escape," Bai reminded him. As soon as he finished speaking, the minister quickly opened the cabinet behind him and was about to crawl into it. Xing Buhua was even faster. He directly jumped over the table, pulled the minister out and threw him onto the sofa. "Why are you running?" Xing Buhua asked coldly, pointing the gun at the minister. The minister immediately raised his hand. "Even if you kill me here, you won't be able to leave." Xing Buhua smiled. "I can come in without anyone knowing, so I can leave without a sound." To the outside world, Xing Buhua has already died on the plane. "You won't even know how you died." The minister was scared. His eyes were locked. "What exactly do you want?" "I'll tell you a few things that you want to hear. For example, the things between you and the president's wife, those photos, the things between you and the president of a cosmetics company, and the things between you and the president of country C. I believe that not only the president of your country will not let you off after hearing about it, even the citizens of country B will not let you off. Even the citizens of country B will not let you off," Xing Buhua said coldly. Every time Xing Buhua said something, the minister of country B's expression darkened. The line of defense in his heart was easily broken. "I didn't want to murder you. None of this was my idea." "Then whose idea was it?" Xing Buhua raised his voice. "The president of your country asked me to arrest the person he provided. When the time was right, he asked me to release him. I only did the arrest. The other things had nothing to do with me. He promised me that as long as I did these things, he would support me to be the next president," the minister of B country said. Xing Buhua said. Xing Buhua glared at the minister, emitting a murderous aura. "Then how did you know that I was blown up?" "He was the one who told me to arrange for you to meet today. He had already done something on the plane. That's how I knew that you were killed by the explosion." The chief's eyes flashed as he spoke. "Ling Qing, ask him how Shaniyan contacted him." "I suspect he's lying," Bai said to the director. Xing Buhua gritted his teeth. How did Shen Yin contact you? A phone call. You're lying. How could he believe that the person was the president just because of a phone call? Bai Yi questioned. Don't play any tricks. Xing Buhua pointed the gun at the minister's head. You're not a child. I don't believe that a minister is a weakling. How could he believe that the person was the president just because of a phone call? The minister shuddered and looked at Xing Buhua in fear. We had a video call. How old is the person? Bai Yi asked. How old is he? Xing Buhua asked. About 30. Bai Yi chuckled and said to Xing Buhua sarcastically, an expert who could set up a trap would leave something to threaten him through a video call. Shen Yin isn't that stupid. If he lies again, he'll regret it. It seems that you still don't want to tell the truth, right? Fine, then tell the truth to your president. Xing Buhua picked up his phone. Okay. I'll tell you. The minister was helpless. Cui Chuani asked me to do this. Cui Chuani. Xing Buhua was still suspicious. What evidence do you have? The minister took out his phone, opened the video, and passed it to Xing Buhua. I made a deal with Cui Chuani. I'll help him become the president first. After he becomes the president, he'll help me become the president. I was worried that he would go back on his words, so I asked someone to record it. Does Cui Chuani know that you have this video? Xing Buhua asked. Yes, he also has my video as evidence. In the future, we'll support each other. I'll be his backing, and he'll be mine. We'll fight against those who don't follow us. The minister said everything. Xing Buhua opened it and looked at the time on the video. It was the day he told Cui Chuani that he wanted to court Bai Yi. You, call him now and ask him when he'll release them. You're under a lot of pressure. Xing Buhua passed the phone to the minister. The phone rang 5 times before Cui Chuani picked up. What's the matter? Cui Chuani's voice was heard. Xing Buhua has been killed by you, right? The minister asked. My men saw him board the plane. There's no chance of him surviving. What's the matter? Cui Chuani was getting impatient. I'm under a lot of pressure. Are you going to release those two? The minister asked. I've forgotten. You promised me that you'll support me to become the president after you become the president, the minister said. Got it. That's all. Cui Chuani hung up the phone. The minister looked at Xing Buhua. I really didn't lie to you this time. I need the video in your phone, Xing Buhua said coldly. The minister gripped the phone tightly. No, if this video is released, I'll be done for 2. I have the evidence and the video in my hands. No matter which one it is, you'll be done for, Xing Buhua said coldly, staring at him sharply. No matter how the minister thought about it, he was done for. I'll only give you the video if you give me a way out, the minister said. Cui Chuani is definitely done for this time. Even if I don't do anything, Country F will expose him. Once he's exposed, do you think he'll betray you? The minister became even more nervous. What should I do? Chapter 691. It's not that I can't, but it's not necessary. Think of a way yourself. Xing Buhua held the director's phone and pressed it on the fingerprint identification. He unlocked the phone and sent the video to his own phone. After confirming that he had received it, he returned the phone to the director and looked down at him. I'll give you 4 hours. 4 hours is enough for you to escape. After 4 hours, I'll release this video. You'll kill me if you do this, the director said anxiously. You're the one who colluded with the wolves and got killed by them. Xing Buhua walked outside. The more the director thought about it, the more he felt that something was wrong. He pressed the alarm. Xing Buhua frowned in annoyance. A dog can't stop itself from eating sh*t, sir, let's go to the top floor. I've installed a zip line there. It leads to 42nd Street. Our people will meet you there, the girl said hurriedly. Xing Buhua calmly went up to the top floor and pressed the button on his phone. With a bang, the bomb that he had installed on his clothes exploded, blocking the way up the stairs. He took off his black suit again, put it on the zip line, and slid down. His movements were agile and smooth. It was very handsome. It wasn't until Xing Buhua got in the car that Baiya's heart calmed down. He looked at the pinhole camera in the car and asked softly, "Are you watching?" "Yes," Baiya replied. "We've already obtained evidence that Zhuo Chuanyi has betrayed the country. He's dead for sure this time. Next, we'll be in B country for a few more days. Tomorrow, I'll pressure their president to release our people. Let Shen Yiyan do the pressure. After all, to the outside world, Xing Buhua is already dead. You'll return as Gu Lingqing in the future," Baiya said with a slight smile. Finally, Xing Dongqing, Zhuo Chuanyi, these people reaped what they sowed, they were all dealt with. She and Gu Lingqing could be together happily. "Yes, I almost forgot. See you later," Xing Buhua said with a smile. "Yes, see you later." Presidential Palace. Shen Yiyan received a call from the Prime Minister of F country. "Shen Tong, you're really good at predicting things. You told me to wait." "As expected, Zhuo Chuanyi is done for without us doing anything," complimented the Prime Minister of F country. "Us taking action is just a plan B. Not taking action is the best option," Shen Yiyan said thoughtfully. "Then, we don't have to send the recording," the Prime Minister of F country was confused. Xing Buhua should have better evidence in his hands. "All we need to do is to wait quietly. This time, we still have to thank you." The two people who were arrested, were they really spies? Or an ordinary A citizen? The Prime Minister of F country asked curiously. "Now that the incident of Zhuo Chuanyi has been exposed, I believe that even your minister wouldn't dare to keep them here. At that time, I will put some pressure on them. No matter who they are, I will bring them back to our country. They won't step into F country in the future." "Curiosity kills the cat," Shen Yiyan reminded in a friendly manner. "All right, when are you coming to F country for a visit? Remember to bring your assistant." "I showed her photo to my brother, he likes it very much," the Prime Minister of F country said happily. Shen Yiyan twitched his lips. "Then I'm afraid your brother will be disappointed. She already has a boyfriend." "It's fine, they might break up in the future." Shen Yiyan was speechless. "I don't think so. That's all for now, I still have some things to deal with. I'll come and visit when I have the chance," Shen Yiyan said and hung up the phone. He broke up with Lu Shuang. Even if the Prime Minister divorced, he would not break up with her. "Congratulations," Hua Zixing said softly and smiled. Hua Zixing said softly and smiled, "You used 2 years to finish what you originally planned to do in 4 years. It's mainly because of Baiya's help. She is indeed very capable," Shen Yiyan did not hide his admiration. "If I'm not wrong, she should be with Gu Lingqing now," Shen Yiyan said. "Do you believe that Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing?" Hua Zixing was a little doubtful. "I believe that if Baiya believes that he is Gu Lingqing, she will definitely go to B country with him." Shen Yiyan did not answer Hua Zixing's question directly. "But if he is Gu Lingqing, he is still the minister and has more power than before, even surpassing Zhuo Chuanyi," Hua Zixing said worriedly. "It's not scary if Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing, because he will leave with Baiya. Gu Lingqing would have done it long ago if he wanted to be the president. He wouldn't have waited until now. What's scary is that he isn't Gu Lingqing, but the real Xing Buhua. He can even deceive Baiya, which shows how scheming he is. If the elephant is big, it will be dangerous, Shen Yan said calmly. We can't let Xing Buhua live, Hua Xixing judged. Shen Yan smiled. There's no hurry. If he's Gu Lingqing, I'll definitely ensure his and Bai Ye's safety. This is my promise to Bai Ye. If he is Xing Buhua, it means that Gu Lingqing is really dead. If he leads with Bai Ye, I will guarantee their happiness and peace for the rest of their lives. What if Xing Buhua refuses to leave? Hua Xixing was worried. Shen Yan's smile froze. Then I'm afraid there will be a fierce battle. He's even harder to deal with than Zuochuani. The more Hua Zijuan thought about it, the more uneasy she became. If Xing Buhua was really Gu Lingqing, Gu Lingqing would leave with Bai Ye. When Shen Yan's power was stabilized, she wouldn't be needed anymore. She felt like she was about to be abandoned by Shen Yan. I'll go out and prepare dinner first. After dinner, Xiao Shuang should still be sleeping in bed. Hua Xixing smiled gently. Shen Yan smiled too. When she thought of Lu Shuang, her eyes were filled with gentleness. Hua Xixing turned and left. She didn't go to the kitchen, but to the third floor. Nan Gongyu was arranging flowers. Little you, this is bad. Hua Xixing was about to cry. She looked at Nan Gongyu. What's wrong? Nan Gongyu put down the flowers. This time, Zuochuani is finished. Xing Dongqing is gone too. Gu Lingqing will leave with Bai Ye. In the future, the entire country will be in Shen Yan's hands. He'll be able to cover the sky with one hand and won't need our Hua family anymore. I'm worried that I won't even have 2 years before he kicks me out. Hua Xixing said worriedly. That won't happen. Didn't you sign a 4-year agreement with him? What if he asks me to cancel it in advance? He wants me to look for my so-called lover. Or, he wants me to quit through negotiation. If I agree, I will have nothing. If I don't agree, all these years of disguise will be exposed and there will be no hope. Xiao Yu, help me. Hua Xixing begged. Hua Xixing begged, holding Nan Gongyu's hand. Chapter 692. There was only coldness in Nan Gongyu's eyes. How do you want me to help you? Hua Xixing's hope was rekindled. Only if Shen Yan's authority is unstable will he not abandon me. I'm not sure if that man is Gu Lingqing or Xing Buhua. If it's Gu Lingqing, there's no hope. If it's Xing Buhua might not be willing to leave with Bai Ye. Nan Gongyu sneered. It doesn't matter if he's Gu Lingqing or Xing Buhua. Isn't it enough to kill Bai Ye? Once Bai Ye is dead, no one will leave. Hua Xixing suddenly understood. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? You're smart. But who should we send to kill Bai Ye? If Gu Lingqing finds out that we did it, he'll never let us go. And we can't let Shen Yan know. There's no need for us to kill Bai Ye. There's someone who wants her dead more than we do, Nan Gongyu said confidently, the corners of her lips curling up. Hua Xixing smiled. I knew you'd help me. I'll do it now, Nan Gongyu said and walked out. Nan Gongyu said as she walked towards the exit. Her eyes were as cold as ice and no one could tell what she was thinking or what her true intentions were. When Xing Shang returned to his room, he was shocked to see a person in black sitting on the sofa. She was wearing a black cloak and her face was covered with a black mask. Even her eyes were covered with an eye patch. Xing Shang was alarmed. He immediately pointed his gun at her. Who are you? Why are you here? I'm here to help you, Nan Gongyu said. Help me? Xing Shang was surprised. You don't want your hard work to go down the drain, do you? What do you mean? Put it simply. Otherwise, get the F***ck out of my place. Xing Shang was getting impatient and loaded his phone. Right now, Xing Buhua and Bai Ye are together. I received news that they have already obtained evidence to prove that Zhuo Chuanyi is the mastermind. This time, after they return to the country, they will leave. They will stay away from politics and you, Nangong Yu said indifferently. Xing Shang was shocked. Are you saying that Bai Ye is with Buhua now? Bai Ye said that Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing. Nangong Yu probed. I'll call him now. Xing Shang quickly took out his phone. Do you think Xing Buhua will admit it to you? I suggest that you personally bring your men to Country B to take a look and verify the truth of my words. Nangong Yu suggested. The more Xing Shang thought about it, the more he felt that the mysterious person was telling the truth. So, how are you going to help me? Don't you want Xing Buhua to be the president? Then you have to get rid of the obstacle, Bai Ye. If Bai Ye is dead, Xing Buhua will have no reason to leave. But if I kill Bai Ye, Buhua will blame me. Otherwise, I would have killed her long ago. Nangong Yu laughed sarcastically. Don't you know how to get someone else to do your dirty work? For example, let Xing Buhua think that Bai Ye was killed by Shiniyin. Wouldn't that be killing two birds with one stone? Xing Shang was flabbergasted, and a chill ran down his spine. Who the hell are you? Why are you helping me? Just remember that I'm helping you. Nangong Yu pushed open the window and jumped out, disappearing from Xing Shang's sight. Country B Xing Buhua rushed back to the base. Bai Ye was already standing at the door. She hugged him happily. Xing Buhua hugged Bai Ye back. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. Are you hungry? Xing Buhua asked. Bai Ye shook her head. I'm in a good mood. I don't even feel hungry. Xing Buhua looked at the man beside him. He nodded and picked up the food in the plastic bag respectfully. Bai Ye looked at him in surprise. You're so fast. These dishes take a long time to prepare. Before we left, I ordered someone to order it from a restaurant. It's made by a chef from Country A, try it and see if it suits your taste. Xing Buhua said with a smile. He held her hand and walked over to a chair. When Bai Ye saw that there was an old fried dough stick, she felt warmth in her heart. It suits my taste. She picked up an old fried dough stick and took a bite. Other than cheese, there were prawns, meat, and lotus roots. It's delicious. It's very delicious. Seeing that she liked it, Xing Buhua smiled happily. Seems like I didn't buy the wrong food. Bai Ye's heart was filled with sweetness. He took good care of her. Perhaps it was because there was no pressure in her heart. She was especially happy. When are you going to announce the video? I'll contact Shiniyin after dinner, Xing Buhua said. I'm worried that something bad might happen, Bai Ye said. That's good. We can prevent them from coming up with countermeasures. Xing Buhua called Shiniyin. Hello, I'm Xing Buhua. I already have the video of Zhuo Chuanyi betraying the country. I'll send it to your email later, Xing Buhua said concisely. You did well. When Bai Ye said that you were Gu Lingqing, I was shocked. It's good that you're alive, Shiniyin said calmly. Xiaoye and I will be playing abroad for a few days. After the new year, I'll officially resign, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. I know that Bai Ye's dream is to live a happy and unrestrained life with you. Don't worry, as long as I'm in power, I'll definitely ensure your safety. If you need any help, just let me know. After all, she's my wife and her good friend. Their relationship is like sisters. It's fine, Shiniyin said with a smile. Thank you in advance. I'll send it to you now, Xing Buhua said. He hung up and sent the video of Zhuo Chuanyi to Shiniyin. Bai Yi ate her dinner quietly. The dinner that Xing Buhua ordered was delicious and suited her appetite. She ate a lot. Suddenly, she thought of something and looked at Xing Buhua. What are you going to do with the people of the shadow in the future? It depends on their wishes. If they want to go home, I'll try my best to arrange good jobs for them in their hometown. If they don't want to go home and still want to work in the army, I'll let them go. What do you think? Xing Buhua said seriously. Bai Yi nodded and said thoughtfully, I want to give Shu Lan special care. After all, her face was hurt because of me. Xing Buhua held Bai Yi's hand and said softly, anything is fine. You've always been meticulous and thoughtful. Bai Yi took a deep breath. I suddenly have a feeling that the dust has settled, and I feel very relaxed. It's not that easy. You'll have to worry about the education of our children. Speaking of children, Bai Yi thought of Xiao Yan. When the matter with Sua Chuni is over, can I see Xiao Yan? Xing Buhua paused. Bai Yi keenly caught his hesitation and had a bad feeling in her heart. What's wrong? Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 693. There are several reasons. At present, I'm not sure if we are 100% safe. Secondly, Xiao Yan has always been unhappy with me. He grew up with his adoptive parents and they treat him very well. Xing Buhua said briefly. But he is my child. Xiao Yan and Xiao Axian are at school age. When your child is born, are you going to travel around the world with Xiao Yan and Xiao Axian? Or are you going to leave Xiao Yan and Xiao Axian with us on the deserted island? Xing Buhua asked. Bai Yi was silent. She thought for a while and put down her chopsticks. She said seriously, I cannot travel around the world for them. During the summer or winter holidays, we can go out together as a family. I know what you mean. Let's wait. Or, doesn't Xiao Yan like his adoptive parents? We can hire them and live with them. Anyway, we need to hire them, right? Bai Yi suggested. Xing Buhua nodded and held Bai Yi's hand tightly. Okay, I'll listen to you in the future. But for everyone's safety, let's wait a little longer. Okay. Bai Yi did not insist. If he said to wait, then he would wait. There must be a reason for him to wait. Eat more. You've lost weight recently. You haven't rested since yesterday. Go to bed early after eating. Xing Buhua smiled. He did not say anything and lowered his head to eat. After dinner the matter in B country had not been completely resolved. Xing Buhua and Bai Yi could not go out for a walk. She went back to her room first and he followed her in. She felt uneasy. She had taken a shower before, so it was fine if she did not take a shower. She climbed onto the bed first and turned her back to him. Xing Buhua looked at her deeply and went into the bathroom with a change of clothes. Her heart was in a mess. They were husband and wife. They had not had sex for a long time. This time, she didn't know why, but ever since he changed his identity, she always had to use thousands of reasons to convince herself not to feel nervous and repulsed. Was it because she still suspected him? She had seen the art of disguise before. At first glance, it looked very similar. The angle of the photo was fine, but it could not withstand the scrutiny of the naked eye. She had undergone plastic surgery before, so she knew where to spot the marks. However, there was no mark on Xing Buhua's face. Even his voice was the same as Gu Lingqing's. If he was not Gu Lingqing, then where was Gu Lingqing? While he was lost in his thoughts, Xing Buhua came out of the bathroom. Bai Yi looked at him. He was wearing a black bathrobe, which looked perfect from every angle. It was so perfect that there was no need to change anything. Xing Buhua sat at the head of the bed and smiled slightly. It was a little devilish, arrogant, and unruly. He moved towards Bai Ye's lips and kissed her. Bai Ye dodged subconsciously. When she dodged, she knew that she shouldn't have done it. Looking at Xing Buhua's cold eyes, she took the initiative to kiss Xing Buhua's face. Why are you dodging? Xing Buhua asked directly. I'm afraid that I can't control myself. I've been feeling a little uncomfortable recently. Bai Ye explained. Xing Buhua lifted her chin. Am I the kind of person who only cares about my own enjoyment and doesn't care about you? I'm afraid that I'm the one who can't control myself. Xing Buhua, he was quite satisfied with her answer and kissed her on the lips. Bai Ye closed her eyes. Gu Lingqing flashed across Xing Buhua's mind, but he didn't go deeper. He looked at Bai Ye with a complicated and deep gaze. Even if he wanted her, he would have to wait until after Gu Lingqing passed away. Otherwise. In fact, he couldn't get over this hurdle in his heart. So even when she took the initiative, he resisted. Have a good rest. Go to sleep, Xing Buhua said softly. Bai Ye smiled and got into the quilt obediently. He lay down beside her and turned off the light. That night, she slept very well. When she woke up, Gu Lingqing was still beside her. She closed her eyes again and her mind was clear. However, she didn't want to get up. She didn't want to destroy the peace and tranquility now. Xing Buhua smiled. He didn't want to get up and closed his eyes. His cell phone rang. It was especially ear-piercing in the abrupt environment. Xing Buhua opened his eyes helplessly and reached for his cell phone. When he saw that it was Xing Shang calling, his face darkened and he hung up. He got up and kissed Bai Ye on her forehead. Sleep a little longer. It's still early. I'll call you for breakfast later. Bai Ye nodded in response. He took his cell phone and went downstairs. When he reached the living room, he made a call. What's up? The video of Zhuo Chuni is out. Did you give it to Shinian? Where are you now? Xing Shang questioned him directly. I'm in B country now. It's more appropriate to send the video of Zhuo Chuni to Shinian. After all, he has been paying attention to this matter. Moreover, he's the president, so it'll be more convenient. Even if I give it to my men, I still have to ask Shinian to send it out. Also, I haven't rescued my men yet. I'll wait for Shinian to put pressure on B country. The president of B country will release my men and I'll arrange for them to go back to China. Also, I want to take a few days off. Do you think it's appropriate to leave your wife at home and have fun abroad? Xing Shang said angrily. He had decided to leave with Bai Ye. It was time to make things clear to Xing Shang. I've always treated Qiu Ting as my younger sister. I don't have any romantic feelings for her. You treated her as your younger sister and you still slept with her. Xing Shang couldn't stay calm. There's nothing between us. I've never slept with her. Xing Buhua explained. So, you're not planning to marry Qiu Ting? Xing Shang was shocked. I want to rest for a few years. I want to think about what I want. I also hope that you can give me freedom. I think you're crazy. Xing Shang shouted angrily. Do you know what will happen in a few years? You won't have any chance. Don't you want to be the president? If Sui Chuani and Shen Ao hadn't killed your father, you would have been the president by now. This is your destiny. Shen Yan has done a good job. He's very capable. I believe that the country will be good under his management. That's why you gave up on your mission. You're pissing me off. When your father entrusted you to me, he hoped that one day, you would become the president. In the end, you're going to end your political career for Bai Ye. I love her, Xing Buhua said straightforwardly. She's your brother's wife. Xing Shang was so angry that his voice was trembling. So, I have to take care of her for the rest of my life. Also, I want to take care of her. A man takes care of a woman. Chapter 694. Xing Buhua narrowed his eyes and warned, "Don't force me. You know it's easy for me to take Chuding's life. How dare you threaten me with Chuding? Are you an ingrate? Don't forget who saved you, who trained you, and who gave you everything you have now." After Xing Shang said that, he smashed the phone angrily. Xing Buhua looked forward and put his phone away. He was looking forward to his life with Baiya in the future. He wanted to completely replace Gu Lingqing, but he couldn't do it now. He had to be given enough time to completely replace Gu Lingqing's position. Xing Buhua heard the door open and turned around. Baiya was already dressed and walking out. He looked at her gentle face and a poem flashed through his mind. There is a beauty in the north, unique and unparalleled. One look at the city, and another look at the country. He had fallen in love with her after just a few glances. "Why don't you sleep a little longer?" Xing Buhua said and walked towards Baiya. "I slept early yesterday, and I can't sleep now." "Didn't you say you wanted to eat my cooking?" Baiya said with a smile. "What are you going to make for lunch?" "I'll ask someone to buy it." "Streaky pork." "There might not be any preserved vegetables here." "Pork trotters, ribs, tenderloin, and some vegetables," Baiya said. "I'll ask someone to buy it later. Let's have breakfast first." Xing Buhua held Baiya's hand and sat down at the table. "You gave the video to Shin Yiyan last night." According to his character, he should have released the video, Baiya said. "Well, he has already sent it out. I estimate that in the afternoon, he will put pressure on B country. Because when I go back, I will appear as Gu Lingqing, and I will not appear to negotiate with the president of B country. I'll be free after I send our people back safely. We can have fun in B country or go to other countries." Xing Buhua said patiently. Baiya nodded. She had waited for so many years, so it wouldn't be a problem for her to wait a few more days. His men served breakfast. She saw that it was actually soup dumplings, fried dough sticks, and tofu pudding. Baiya smiled when she saw the breakfast. "Did you get someone to prepare this again?" "Actually, I'm not that delicate. I can eat food from other countries. Then I'll prepare some dishes from country B tomorrow. You can try them." Xing Buhua said. He turned around and said something to his subordinates in country B's language. Baiya saw his subordinate nod his head and leave. Baiya guessed that he must have instructed them to buy some groceries. Baiya lowered his head and ate his breakfast quietly. Xing Buhua stared at her thoughtfully. Baiya noticed his gaze. "Why do you keep looking at me? Even if you don't say anything, everything is good. I feel very satisfied just by looking at you." Xing Buhua stared at her and said. Baiya chuckled. "There are many things that we can do together. Do you know what I miss the most?" The days on the deserted island. Xing Buhua guessed. Baiya smiled. "It's that pot of pork stewed with bamboo shoots. If you want to eat it, you can make it again." Xing Buhua said and frowned. There was a flash of vigilance in his eyes. It was sharp and fierce. "Xiaoya, run." While Baiya was confused, Xing Buhua held Baiya's hand and ran towards the small door. With a bang, the door was blown open. Baiya saw more than 10 people rushing over and shooting at her. Xing Buhua protected her in his arms and let out a muffled groan. Baiya knew that he had been shot. Her heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. Before she could feel sorry for him, she was pushed into the small door. Xing Buhua quickly locked the door. There was the sound of gunshots on the door. Fortunately, the door was bulletproof. Bai Yi saw the blood on Xing Buhua's arm and asked worriedly, "Other than your arm, are you hurt anywhere else?" "Nothing." Xing Buhua pulled Bai Yi away and quickly entered the second door. When he opened it, he saw more than 10 people standing outside and shooting at them. Xing Buhua sensitively closed the door and locked it. The people outside probably knew that the door was bulletproof, so they began to hit it and tried to break it open. Now they were locked in a space of about 100 square meters between the doors. Xing Buhua leaned against the door and resisted the impact from outside. Bai Yi was very calm and her heart was as still as water. She had long disregarded life and death. As long as she was with him, it didn't matter if she lived or died. "Ling Qing, it's okay. Instead of feeling the fear before death, would rather cherish every minute and every second with you," Bai Yi said gently. Xing Buhua looked at Bai Yi and his heart was filled with bitterness and complexity. Looking at her gentle and smiling face, he gradually calmed down. Here, he didn't have enough manpower and he didn't have any organization to ask for help. Now he was like a turtle in a jar and it was only a matter of time before he was defeated. No matter how he struggled, it was useless. He didn't expect that a god of war like him would die like this. He still didn't know who wanted to kill him. He held her hand. "Who do you think did it?" "Xing Shang," Bai Yi said calmly. Xing Buhua frowned. "Why do you think it's him?" "The call you received this morning was from him, right?" Bai Yi asked gently. Xing Buhua didn't deny it and nodded. He really didn't expect that Xing Shang wanted to kill him just because he wanted to leave. Kindness and training were all fake. Once he was angered, he would be killed. Our place is so secretive. For safety's sake, we didn't even go for a walk after dinner. You went out yesterday. If you were discovered by the enemy at that time, they would have attacked at night. Moreover, B country is currently ashamed of a country. If they kill the officials of a country, they will be punished by the United Nations. It's not necessary. Our phones are installed with anti-monitoring devices. Most people won't know that we are here, except for Xing Shang, who already knows this place, Bai Yi said gently. Xing Buhua twitched the corner of his mouth and said self-mockingly, "We were too careless. It doesn't matter. Death is inevitable. Even if they kill us, they won't make it public. Your mother will think that we went to travel around the world. Xiao Yan has his foster parents to take care of him, Xiao Axian has your people to take care of him, Lu Shuang has Shaniyan to take care of him, and..." Bai Yi placed her hand on her belly. "This baby will not be lonely if he leaves with us." Xing Buhua didn't expect her to be so indifferent to life and death. If she didn't, it would be useless now. She was right. Instead of being afraid of death and struggling, it was better to enjoy the last time they had together. "Xiaoya, I love you." Bai Yi smiled and looked at her quietly, ignoring the gunshots outside. Chapter 695. Suddenly, Xing Buhua looked at the door and frowned suspiciously. Bai Yi noticed something amiss and asked, "What's wrong? What's going on?" "There are two groups of people outside and they're engaged in an intense scuffle," Xing Buhua guessed. "Are they your men?" Bai Yi asked. Xing Buhua shook his head. "I only have 4 men here. I'm afraid I don't have that much firepower. I don't know who they are." Bai Yi held Xing Buhua's hand and smiled gently. "We're going to live together and die together. As long as we're together, there's nothing to be afraid of." Xing Buhua held her hand tightly and smiled. "With you by my side, I don't want to die." Speaking of this, he felt a little sad. Because sometimes, life and death were not decided by oneself. Time ticked by. None of them spoke, they just waited quietly. 20 minutes later, it was quiet outside. It was so quiet that it seemed like everything had calmed down. Baiya looked at Xing Buhua. Is it over? Xing Buhua hesitated for a while and nodded. But he still didn't know if the person who came was an enemy or a friend. There was a knock on the door. Xing Buhua and Baiya instinctively took a step back. Is there anyone inside? I'm Jiang Xingyu. Jiang Xingyu. Baiya didn't know this person at all. Xing Buhua knew him and opened the door. A tall and thin man stood outside the door. His eyes were small and his face was good-looking. He gave off a feminine vibe. Xing Buhua, it's you. Jiang Xingyu was surprised. Xing Buhua was even more surprised. Why are you here? I've been in B country these days. My men reported that Shiniyan's men were here. My men followed them all the way here and saw them holding guns and engaging in a gunfight. I acted on the principle that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I didn't expect it to be you. How did you offend Shin? Jiang Xingyu asked curiously. Are you saying that those people are Shiniyan's men? Xing Buhua was even more shocked. Jiang nodded. I've fought one of them before, so I know he's Shiniyan's man. Why does he want to kill you? Xing Buhua said angrily, I also want to know why he wants to kill me. Is my man okay? When I arrived, I saw that your men had all been killed, Jiang Xingyu said apologetically. Baiya scrutinized Jiang sharply. Are you sure that person is Shiniyan's man? I'm sure. I fought with him before, and I sent someone to keep an eye on him. So, as soon as he entered Country B, I knew immediately, Jiang said without hesitation. What's that person's name? Baiya questioned. Wu Di. Baiya didn't say anything. She knew this person a little. When Lu Shuang went to the Invisible, he followed Shiniyan's trusted bodyguard. In order to protect Lu Shuang's safety, she had investigated every guard who went. Xing Buhua also knew Wu Di. He had always been by Shiniyan's side. He clenched his fists and walked quickly back into the villa. There were traces of bullets everywhere in the villa. His men died on the stairs, on the floor, in the kitchen, and on the sofa. His eyes were as red as blood, and there was a layer of damp mist in them. He emitted a murderous aura that could destroy heaven and earth. Baiya looked at the dead soldiers and felt uncomfortable. She stood silently beside Xing Buhua. Do you still think that Shiniyan will let us go? He's crueler than his father. His father doesn't know how to pretend, but he does, Xing Buhua said sadly, his chest heaving up and down. Baiya knew that he was sad. She was sad that these people died because of her. However, she was more rational than him. She held Xing Buhua's hand and said, Don't be rash. Let's investigate everything first. What's on the surface might not be the truth. Xing Buhua shook off Baiya's hand and asked anxiously, What else is real? He controlled Suochuni as soon as he went to Country F. Although the bomb on the plane was planted by Suochuni, I don't think that Shiniyan didn't know about it. That's because he didn't know that you're Gu Lingqing, Baiya explained. Then I'll pretend that he didn't know. What about this time? Wu Di is his confidant. He's such a smart person. Why would he keep his enemy's man by his side? Xing Buhua said sarcastically. It's because he's so smart that he wouldn't send his men to kill you. He could have hired mercenaries or people he's never seen in Country X, you're helping him. Xing Buhua was even more agitated. I just don't want you to be used by others. I don't want you to become someone else's pawn. What we should do is stay calm. Even if Shiniyan did it, you shouldn't show it. Otherwise, we'll still be the ones dying, Baiya reminded him. Xing Buhua's heart skipped a beat, as if something had hit him. He lowered his eyes. Baiya was right. Even if Shaniyan did it, it wasn't time for him to fall out with him. The more agitated he was, the faster he would die. He became more rational. Baiya heaved a sigh of relief when she saw him calm down. Let's investigate together. Let's start with Wu Di. I believe we'll know the truth soon. Was it Xing Shang, Shaniyan, or someone else? There's no rush. There's no point in rushing. Xing Buhua reached out and pulled Baiya into his arms. After a long time, he didn't say a word. Because she was too close to him, she could feel his heart beating fast, and his chest was heaving up and down. She knew that he was sad and angry. He was forcefully suppressing his emotions. Shu Lan's face was injured. She couldn't wait for Zhou Chuni's reputation to be ruined. Moreover, Gu Lingqing had watched his comrades die one by one in front of him. She closed her eyes and tears streamed down her cheeks. Xing Buhua felt the dampness on his neck. He looked at Baiya with reddened eyes and sighed helplessly when he met her watery eyes. I'm sorry that I made you worry. Xing Buhua calmed down. I'd be lying if I said that I'm not worried. I really want to do something for you. Do you want to bury your people or send them back to their families? Baiya asked. They're orphans, Xing Buhua said, choking. Baiya's eyes became moist again. Big tears rolled down her cheeks. Human lives were so fragile. They were gone just like that. The older one got, the more sickness and death they experienced. They would feel sad. They might as well not think about it. That was the only way to be happy. Lingqing, we have to live well in the future. Don't let yourself get hurt. Cherish every day of life, Baiya cried. Even if I die, you have to live on my behalf. You have to see more beautiful scenery, Xing Buhua said meaningfully. She didn't want to talk about this. She had her stubbornness. If she could live well, he had to live well too. Otherwise, every day would be worse than death. Hello, everyone. I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 696. Under the pressure of a country, B country released the people they had captured and the head of the WJ department of B country escaped abroad. Jiang Xingyu was a great help in the burial of his comrades. Xing Buhua and Baiya invited Jiang Xingyu to a banquet before they returned to China. She was busy in the kitchen while Jiang Xingyu and Xing Buhua were chatting. When she comes out later, don't mention my past, Xing Buhua said. Jiang Xingyu was confused. Why? You were a hero in the past. She will love you more if she hears about it. Anyway, don't mention anything. If she asks how we met, just say that we met during a mission. Xing Buhua didn't want to talk about it. Okay. Jiang Xingyu raised his glass and clinked it with Xing Buhua's. He took a sip and asked seriously, how are you going to deal with Shaniyan? He's not easy to deal with. Xing Buhua curled his lips. I still have you, don't I? Jiang Xingyu looked gloomy. He killed my sister. I will make him pay with his blood. Baiya came out of the kitchen with the homemade pork and braised pork. When she heard the last sentence of Jiang Xingyu, a strange light flashed in her eyes. She lowered her eyes, and her long eyelashes covered the fluctuations in her eyes. She placed the pork jerky and braised pork on the table. Xing Buhua held her hand. Thank you for your hard work. Not at all. There are 2 more dishes. They will be ready soon, Baiya said softly. Xing Buhua let go of Baiya's hand reluctantly. When are you going to get married? Jiang Xingyu asked ambiguously. I want to give her a grand wedding after everything is settled. You know the situation now. Someone wants us dead. I can't let her be in danger, Xing Buhua said cautiously. Jiang Xingyu smiled. I wanted to introduce my sister to you a long time ago. If she is with you, she will be the happiest woman in the world. Unfortunately, she fell in love with the heartless Shen Yiyan. Shen Yiyan is not heartless. I only found out recently that he has a woman he likes for at least 15 years. Xing Buhua didn't hide the truth for Shen Yiyan. He had already pushed Shen Yiyan to the opposite side. Jiang Xingyu's eyes were filled with murderous intent. Who? Lu Shuang, I heard they were classmates in primary school. Lu Shuang. Jiang Xingyu seemed to have thought of something. He took out his phone and showed the photo to Xing Buhua. Look, is this the person? When Xing Buhua saw Lu Shuang's photo, he was surprised. Why do you have her photo? She is the woman my uncle likes. My uncle told me that he wanted to retire because of her. Jiang Xingyu took back his phone in annoyance. What an ill-fated relationship. Your sister likes Shen Yiyan, and Shen Yiyan likes Lu Shuang. If Lu Shuang likes your uncle, it will be fun, Xing Buhua sneered. No wonder. My people said that my uncle went to country A for Lu Shuang. I don't know if Lu Shuang likes Shen Yiyan or my uncle. If she likes my uncle, it will be a heavy blow to Shen Yiyan, Jiang Xingyu said meaningfully. Maybe she really likes your uncle. When I went to the President Palace for dinner, Hua Zixing pretended to be affectionate, but Lu Shuang didn't feel jealous at all. He ate happily. If he likes Shen Yiyan, he will be jealous and angry, Xing Buhua recalled. Indeed. He should know how it feels to want something but can't get it. I'll talk to my uncle later to understand the situation. Okay. Cheers. Xing Buhua raised his glass, clinked it with Jiang Xingyu's, and drank it all in one gulp. Bai Yi came out of the kitchen with pork rib soup, roasted potatoes, and bacon. She put down the dishes and sat down next to Xing Buhua. She could smell the strong smell of alcohol. We are rushing back today. Don't drink too much. If you have a headache, you will be the one feeling uncomfortable, Bai Yi said gently. Okay. Let's drink one last glass. Xing Buhua listened to Bai Yi. He filled Jiang Xingyu's glass, and then filled his own. Bai Yi raised his glass and said to Jiang Xingyu, "Thank you for saving us this time. I'll use tea in place of wine to toast you. It's all fate." Jiang Xingyu raised his glass and took a big gulp. Do you know Xing Shang? Bai Yi asked casually. Jiang Xingyu paused and glanced at Xing Buhua. I know him, but not very well. We have never talked. Why? I was busy with the burial of the soldiers. There are some things that I need to understand from you. You fought with the assassins for so long. Did they retreat without any casualties? Bai Yi asked suspiciously. Her eyes were focused on every change of expression on Jiang Xingyu's face. They were wearing helmets and bulletproof vests. They should be injured, Jiang Xingyu said ambiguously. What about your men? Did any of them die or get injured? Bai Yi asked. Jiang Xingyu was a little displeased. They were injured, but not dead. I came prepared. They retreated through that road. Does Mr. Jiang still remember? Jiang Xingyu frowned. What do you mean? Are you suspecting that I colluded with others to frame Shen Yiyan? Bai Yi put down the glass calmly and said bluntly, after all, you have the motive, don't you? What motive? Why is it my fault for saving you? You hate Shen Yiyan. What if Xing Shang cooperated with you on purpose? You played a double act and framed Wu Di to frame Shen Yiyan. Bai Yi said bluntly. When she saw the panic in Jiang Xingyu's eyes, she was even more certain of her judgment. I really did see Wu Di. He's one of Shen Yiyan's people. You can grab him and interrogate him when you get back. Why are you questioning me now? Jiang Xingyu spat coldly. Bai Yi tapped the table lightly, locking in on every move he made. Then, she added, I suspect that you killed Wu Di a long time ago, and that you had someone impersonate him. After all, neither I nor Bu Hua saw Wu Di. You're making Shen Yiyan the scapegoat based on your one-sided story. When we get back, when they find out that Wu Di is dead, they'll think that Shen Yiyan killed him to silence him. Jiang Xingyu's face instantly turned pale. Bai Yi was absolutely right. Yesterday, Xing Shang had approached him to collaborate with him on this plan. Wu Di had been killed by Xing Shang's men last night. Xing Shang's plan had been to kill Bai Yi and frame Shen Yiyan. However, Xing Buhua had protected Bai Yi too well. Their men hadn't had a chance to make a move at all. If you insist on suspecting me, I have nothing to say. After all, your mouth is your mouth. Just think of it as me saving an ingrate. I'm sorry, but I have something else to do. I'll take my leave first. Jiang Xingyu stood up. Chapter 697. Jiang Xingyu glanced sideways at Bai Yi. Now he understood why Xing Buhua liked this weak-looking woman and why Xing Shang wanted to kill her. Her IQ and courage far exceeded his imagination. I just don't care about other suspicions. There are too many people who speculate about me, doubt me, and hate me. You won't make a difference. Jiang Xingyu left immediately. Xing Buhua frowned slightly and didn't chase after Jiang Xingyu. Xiaoya, it's not wise to offend Jiang Xingyu in Country B, he's the one closest to the truth. There are some questions that I have to ask. Moreover, I'll gain a lot from it. Bai Yi confirmed. What? His description doesn't make sense. Other than your men, I didn't see any blood at the scene. It doesn't make sense that there wasn't any blood in the gunfight. Bai Yi paused and her gaze became firm. He was avoiding my question. When he lied, his pupils narrowed. He looked calm, but he was looking at the other party's eyes. He was checking if the other party believed him. Bai Yi continued. So, you're saying that Jiang Xingyu is framing Shen Yiyan? Xing Buhua asked, his gaze solemn. To Shen Yiyan, our departure is the most worry-free thing for him. He doesn't know our hidden address. The only one who knows we're here is Xing Shang. Also, if you were Jiang Xingyu, would you spend so much effort to save someone you don't know? Bai Yi asked. Xing Buhua remained silent. Many complicated thoughts flashed through his mind. Bai Yi held Xing Buhua's hand. She knew that the feeling of being betrayed by someone close to her was more painful than being stabbed by the enemy. However, it had already happened. Even if she was sad, she had to accept it. Let's go. Leave country A and go to other countries that they can't find, Bai Yi said softly. Xing Buhua's eyes reddened. He held Bai Yi's hand. Which country do you think they can't find? Suochuani is finished. Xing Dongqing is dead. Who else can compete with me? Bai Yi looked at Xing Buhua in confusion. In his eyes, he saw a sharp murderous intent and overwhelming hatred. It was a darkness that could destroy heaven and earth. She had never seen Gu Lingqing like this before. Even in the face of death, he was still righteous, sunny, and warm. What do you want to do? Whether it's Shen Yiyan or Xing Shang, I have to investigate them thoroughly. I can't let my men die in vain, and I can't let you be in danger again, Xing Buhua said with certainty. Emotions flowed in Bai Yi's heart, but she was not as conflicted as before. Suochuani and Xing Dongqing were already finished. In her judgment, Xing Shang was not strong and was far from Suochuani and Xing Dongqing. If he wanted to fight, she could go back and accompany him. It should not be difficult to solve this time. We are together openly. There is nothing to worry about, Baiya said with certainty. Xing Buhua smiled. He held her hand tighter and kissed her on the cheek. After Baiya cleaned up the place, they took a private plane back to China. On the plane, Baiya did not sleep well. She woke up in the middle of the night and looked at the starry sky outside the window. Sitting in the plane, she looked at the starry sky. The sky was densely packed with stars. It was very beautiful. As she looked at it, the sky gradually turned white. The sun came out from the clouds. The sunlight shone through the window and fell on her face. It was a warm feeling. It was as if dawn would come to her world. The plane arrived in a land and began to descend. Xing Buhua woke up. He opened his eyes and looked at Baiya. Baiya smiled at him gently. We will arrive in half an hour. My people are already at the airport. Do you want to go back with me or go to Xing Shang's place? I will go to Xing Shang's place. Xing Buhua sat up and said. Baiya was worried. The one who wants to kill us is 98% Xing Shang. If you show your intention to kill him, I am afraid that it will be difficult for you to get away from his territory. Why don't you use your identity as Gu Lingqing and go back? The biggest difference between Xing Shang, Xing Dongqing, and Sui Chuani is that Xing Dongqing and Sui Chuani are guilty of many crimes. They have done many evil things behind their backs. Xing Shang has not done a single bad thing. Doesn't the assassination this time count? Baiya asked. Jiang Xingyu is his man. It is easy for him to kill me and you, but he did not do so. He just wanted to use a scheme to make us deal with Shen Yan so that I can become the president. Xing Buhua explained. So in your heart, he is still a good person, right? What about your brothers who died? Is their death not important? Is their death not considered Xing Shang's sin? Baiya looked at Xing Buhua in disbelief. Xing Buhua knew that he had said the wrong thing. I just don't believe that he did it. So, I will go back and investigate it first. Baiya stared at him. She knew that Xing Buhua had already made up his mind. No matter what she said, he would not believe her judgment. So, she did not say anything more. She chewed some gum and passed him one. The plane arrived at the airport. Baiya got in the car. Zhang Xingyu looked at Xing Buhua outside and asked Baiya, is the chief not back yet? Xing Dongqing is dead and Sui Chuani's affairs have been exposed. When Sui Chuani comes back, only the law will punish him. Baiya looked out of the window slowly. She saw Xing Buhua smile and waved. Let's go, Baiya said to Zhang Xingyu. She closed her eyes and leaned back on the chair. I think that Madam and the Chief are really amazing. Not only did you solve the crisis in B country, but you also found evidence of Sui Chuani's betrayal, Zhang Xingyu praised. Zhang Xingyu, how long have you been with Gu Lingqing? Baiya asked, her eyes still closed. 5 years. What do you think of Xing Shang? Baiya continued to ask. Zhang Xingyu thought for a while and said, actually, our country's military has a strict division of labor. Xing Shang is in charge of foreign intelligence. When he discovers something, he will report it to the chief. The chief will take over the task and give it to the chief. The chief has more contact with him. We don't get to know Xing Shang. So, I don't know much about Xing Shang. But in the circle, Xing Shang has a good reputation. Baiya replied and did not say anything else. Zhang Xingyu saw that Baiya was going to rest, so she did not say anything else to disturb her. She slept for a while and was woken up by her phone. She looked at the screen and saw that it was Xing Shang. Her heart was in a whirl. Why would Xing Shang call her? Baiya answered the phone in confusion. Baiya, right? Xing Shang asked directly. Yes. There's something I think you should know. Not Gu Lingqing. He is Gu Lingqing's twin brother and also my granddaughter's husband. Xing Shang went straight to the point. Chapter 698. Bai Yo was shocked. Many thoughts and images flashed through her mind, as if a flood was about to pour out of her mind. It was repelling and resisting, but she also felt that some kind of truth was about to break out. How could Gu Lingqing have twins? His relatives are all dead. They died in the murder arranged by Xing Dongqing, Bai Ye asked suspiciously. Mr. Song, who is also Gu Lingqing's father, was a popular candidate for the president. He gave birth to a pair of twins with the woman he loved. He was worried that someone would harm his children, so he asked me to take them away after giving birth to Xing Buhua. Except for me and Mr. Song, no one knew. Mr. Song had a pair of twins, Xing Shang explained. Bai Ye listened quietly. If it was a pair of twins, this explanation seemed quite reasonable. Gu Lingqing was cold, ineloquent, and silent. However, the details were full of his care, love, sacrifice, and sacrifice. He was positive and positive. Even if he hurt himself, he was not willing to hurt innocent people. He valued friendship and righteousness. He was a real iron-blooded man. Xing Buhua was lively, eloquent, and good at communication. He had an incomprehensible smile, but sometimes, there was a ruthless side to him. There were too many mysteries, too many insincerity, too many disguises, and too much ambition. She often felt that Xing Buhua was not Gu Lingqing. She doubted him, questioned him, didn't believe him, and rejected him. It turned out that her intuition was right. However, if Xing Buhua was not Gu Lingqing, where was Gu Lingqing? Bai Ye's hands were trembling. She couldn't suppress her emotions at all. Her eyes were red, and her breathing became uneven. What about him? Where is Gu Lingqing? She didn't dare to listen to the answer. Her eyes flashed, and she wanted to hang up the phone. She didn't dare to listen to the answer. Her eyes flashed, and she wanted to hang up the phone. He's already dead in that assassination. The bullet pierced through the back of his head. There's no way he's still alive. Xing Shang was the first to speak. Bai Ye was stunned. He looked at the air, his eyes becoming more and more empty. It was covered with moisture. The image of a bullet piercing through the back of Gu Lingqing's head flashed across his mind. That thump sounded like it had hit her heart. She watched helplessly as he died in front of her. No matter how much she cried or screamed, he would never open his eyes to look at her again. She loved the feeling of calling out to Gu Lingqing the most. As long as he heard it, he would always come up to her and say coldly and coolly that he was here. Today, he would never appear in front of her again. No wonder, no wonder. She kept dreaming of Gu Lingqing standing in the middle of the sea, alone, looking at her without saying a word. Was he waiting for her? His heart was in so much pain that it felt as if there were blades stabbing into it. Even breathing was painful. The one who assassinated him was Zhuo Chuanyi. Bai Ye guessed. This was the secret about Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing was assassinated by Zhuo Chuanyi. Yes, Buhua has been investigating and taking revenge for his brother. He lied to you because he was worried that you would commit suicide, Xing Shang said cruelly. Bai Ye closed her eyes and tears flowed down her cheeks. Sadness was like a flood or a fierce beast. It started from her heart and spread everywhere, entering her blood. She couldn't bear it at all and cried out loud. Her phone fell to the ground. She didn't know it either. Her cries got louder and louder. She was sad, lonely, and desperate. Zhang Xingyu stopped the car. He vaguely heard some clues. His eyes reddened as he listened to Bai Ye's sad cry. Bai Ye sat in the car and cried. She cried for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, she cried until her tears dried up. The sadness was like a broken faucet. It couldn't be stopped. "Madam, don't cry. The chief doesn't want to see you so sad," Zhang Xingyu comforted. Bai Ye cried until her voice was hoarse. Her throat was so painful that she couldn't make a sound. She was still crying. Zhang Xingyu was scared. He was afraid that something bad would happen to Bai Ye if she continued crying. He said, "The chief is really not dead. It's true. Don't be so sad." Bai Ye suddenly stopped crying. Her eyes were red and swollen. She looked at Zhang Xingyu with hope. She wanted to ask, but her throat couldn't make a sound. She used all her strength to say, "Where is he?" "Chief Leng knows," Zhang Xingyu said. Bai Ye's hope dimmed instantly. Ling Shuai didn't know. He thought that Xing Buhua was Gu Lingqing. So, even if Gu Lingqing was dead, they wouldn't know. He was a hero. When he was alive, he was famous. But when he died, he was unknown. Even the people he loved the most didn't know he was dead. Where was his body? Oh right, where was his body? Where is his body? Bai Ye asked with difficulty. Zhang Xingyu passed the water to Bai Ye. Bai Ye took it. She needed to speak and there were things she had to do. She drank half the water. "I'll ask Chief Leng now." "Hold on." Zhang Xingyu got out of the car and called Ling Shuai. "Chief, there's something. Xing Buhua might not be Chief Gu. He seems to be Chief Gu's twin brother. Where is Chief Gu? Do you know?" Zhang Xingyu asked. Ling Shuai was silent for a while. He seemed to be digesting Zhang Xingyu's information. "Is the information accurate?" "I don't know. I heard Madam talking to someone on the phone. The surveillance cameras captured Chief Gu leaving. If that person is Chief Gu's twin brother, then Chief Gu was taken away by his twin brother," Ling Shuai said in a low voice. "Are you saying that it's Xing Buhua?" I understand. I'll report to Madam first. I'll contact you later," Zhang Xingyu said and hung up. He turned around. Bai Ye was no longer in the car. His heart tightened. Panic flashed across his eyes. He looked around and found Bai Ye standing by the lake. "Madam!" Zhang Xingyu shouted and ran towards Bai Ye. Bai Ye didn't respond. She looked at the ice surface that was glistening under the sunlight. At that moment, her heart was colder than the ice. She couldn't feel the coldness in the air anymore. It was as if her senses had disappeared. Zhang Xingyu ran to Bai Ye and said, "Madam, you must take care of yourself. Young master is still in your belly. Chief Gu will definitely like you to be happy. It was Xing Buhua who took Gu Lingqing away, right?" Bai Ye asked in a hoarse voice. In her calmness just now, she had thought it through. Connecting the dots, only by taking Gu Lingqing away could Xing Buhua pretend to be Gu Lingqing. It's like this. When he was taken away, Chief Gu was still alive. Since Xing Buhua is Chief Gu's brother, he might still be alive. Zhang Xingyu said with hope. Bai Ye wasn't as agitated as before. Perhaps she had run out of energy, or perhaps she had thought it through. She was very calm and cold. "Madam, what should we do now?" Zhang Xingyu asked carefully. "Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat." Chapter 699. Bai Ye wanted to pick up her phone, only to find that it was not with her. She remembered that she did not pick up her phone when it fell on the car. She returned to the car, picked up her phone, and called Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua did not answer. She called Xing Shang again. Xing Shang saw that it was Bai Ye's caller ID. He said to Xing Buhua, Bai Ye called. I told you that you are not Gu Lingqing. Do you want me to die because of this woman? Besides, I am telling the truth. The truth is that you have always wanted to control me. Xing Buhua was so angry that his teeth were itching. His eyes were like torches, like flames. He was going to roast Xing Shang. He clenched his fists so hard that the veins on the back of his hands were bulging. Xing Shang said anxiously, Can I control you? Have I ever controlled you? I will give you whatever you want. I will do my best to cooperate with you. It is because your father saved me that I must help you. I am the one who wants the best for you. But look at the result. You are going to ruin your future for a woman. It is my business whether I ruin my future or not. It is also my business to choose what I want. You have ruined my future again and again, and you said that you want the best for me. From now on, we are no longer friends. I don't need your help anymore, and I will not come back here. You are on your own now. Xing Buhua turned around decisively. He turned around. Where is Qiuting? Qiuting is already your woman. Don't tell me that you don't want Qiuting anymore, Xing Shang said anxiously. Xing Buhua's eyes were as sharp as a knife, and he glanced at Xing Shang. It was because of Qiuting that Xing Shang tried to ruin his relationship with Bai Ye again and again. It was for Bai Ye's sake that he had tolerated Xing Shang time and time again. Xing Shang told Bai Ye what he was most worried about. Now, he no longer had to fear Xing Shang. After all, Xing Shang's power had long been taken over by him. Now that his wings had grown, he no longer needed Xing Shang's support. From the beginning to the end, I never wanted her. The one who slept with her last time wasn't me, it was my subordinate, Xing Buhua said coldly. Xing Shang's eyes widened in shock. What did you say? Qiuting loves you so much, yet you let another man sleep with her. She's not the one I love. You all know that. Why are you forcing me? I've given you so many chances. You can let me, who doesn't love her, have sex with her. Why can't you let someone who loves her have sex with her? Xing Buhua said sinisterly. Xing Shang was so angry that his beard was trembling. He gritted his teeth and said, You're such a wolf. I raised you up, yet you treat me like this. You also said that you raised me up because my father saved you. That's what you should do. I don't owe you anything. Also, do you think I don't know your motive? You're just in power. You want to control me and make Qiuting my empress. Is she worthy? Based on looks and intelligence. Based on self-cultivation, she's not even as good as Huarue. Xing Buhua said without pity. You. Xing Shang slapped Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua grabbed Xing Shang's hand so hard that it seemed like it was going to break. Xing Shang roared. Xing Buhua pressed Xing Shang against the wall. Where did you get the right to hit me? You know that Wu Di is Sheniyan's confidant, right? If Sheniyan finds out that you killed his confidant and colluded with Jiang Xingyu to sow discord, how do you think he'll deal with you? Xing Buhua said fiercely. Xing Shang looked at Xing Buhua with a pale face. You, how did you know? Don't forget that Bai Ye is the best psychologist. She can read minds. As long as you have the slightest flaw, she will know. So, she already knew that you're fake, Xing Shang said gloatingly. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened. Panic, hesitation, worry, and anticipation flashed across his eyes. He let go of Xing Shang. Xing Shang's men walked in. Xing Shang said sternly, Arrest him. Xing Buhua looked at the men who rushed in and said in a deep voice, "Keep an eye on him. I'll go to the president's palace now and wait for the president's decision." After hearing Xing Buhua's words, Xing Shang realized that his men were all Xing Buhua's men. He slumped to the ground weakly. His strategies and plans were nothing compared to Xing Buhua. Only now did he realize that Xing Buhua was very shrewd. He was not someone he could discover or fight against. Xing Buhua strode out of Xing Shang's room. "Oh, right." Xing Shang thought of something. He picked up his phone and wanted to call Baiya back, but his phone was snatched away. "What are you doing? Are you trying to imprison me?" Xing Shang shouted anxiously. He wanted to snatch his phone back. "I'm sorry. This is the chief's order," Xing Buhua's men said. They took Xing Shang's phone and left. Only Xing Shang was left in the room. Xing Buhua walked out of Xing Shang's room. He looked ahead coldly. His chest was heaving up and down. All he could think about was Baiya. What would happen if Baiya knew that he was not Gu Lingqing? What would happen if he told her that Gu Lingqing was dead? All kinds of complicated thoughts collided in his mind. The car in front of him honked and drove straight towards him. Xing Buhua came to his senses and turned the steering wheel. The car brushed past him. Fortunately, it did not hit him. He stopped by the roadside and calmed himself down. He took out his phone and looked at the caller ID of Baiya. After thinking for a while, he did not call her. He called Shaniyan. "I have something urgent. I want to see you now." "Okay. Come to the office of the president." "I'm here," Shaniyan said in a businesslike manner. Xing Buhua drove to the office of the president. It was still the annual holiday. Shaniyan did not go to work. He did not want to accompany Hua Zixing back to the country. Hua Zixing and Hua Rui did not return to the country either. They stayed in the office of the president. Lu Shuang was very awkward when she saw Hua Zixing and Hua Rui. She basically did not go out and stayed in her room to play games. Of course, Shaniyan spent most of her time playing games with Lu Shuang. Xing Buhua's arrival destroyed the temporary peace in the office of the president. Shaniyan went to the study with him. Xing Buhua told him what happened. "You said that Wu Di is dead. Was it done by Xing Shang?" Shaniyan was shocked. This did not seem like something Xing Shang would do. In his impression, Xing Shang was a straightforward but honest person. Xing Buhua nodded. He admitted it. "I think you should know about it." "Wait." Shaniyan called Secretary Jiang. "Wu Di is on holiday, right? Ask his family where he is now. Call me back in 3 minutes." Xing Buhua was silent. Shaniyan was also silent. Both of them were deep in thought. Chapter 700. Xing Buhua stared fixedly at Shaniyan. Was he starting to be wary of him by asking this question out of the blue? What if he didn't leave? Was Shaniyan going to deal with him? There was an assassination in Country B. It disrupted Baiya's and my plan. I need to discuss it again with her, Xing Buhua said ambiguously. Shaniyan patted Xing Buhua's shoulder. You've worked hard. You should spend some time with Baiya and enjoy your life. She's been waiting for you. She's had enough of being separated. Call me if you have any problems. I'll be your strong support. Xing Buhua nodded. Secretary Jiang called. Shaniyan picked up immediately. Wudi's family said that he's working overtime. I asked the guard captain and he said that he's on holiday. So, he's missing, Secretary Jiang reported. Investigate. You must find Wu Di. Even if it's his corpse, bring it back to me, Shen Yan ordered. I'll call the chief of the police station. I'll report to you if there's any progress, Secretary Jiang said. He hung up. Shen Yan looked at Xing Buhua. Thank you for trusting me. You weren't provoked by Xing Shang. When I find the evidence, I'll definitely punish Xing Shang heavily. Just follow the normal procedure, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. I'll take my leave. Shen Yan smiled. I'll send you off. Xing Buhua left the presidential palace and sat in his car. He wondered if he should go to Bai Ye's place. He wanted to go, but he was afraid to go. He had to wait, but he was afraid to wait. He had to face it eventually, right? His phone rang. It was Momo, so he picked it up. Check your inbox, Momo said simply and quickly hung up. Momo must have something to tell him at this time. He immediately opened his mailbox. It was a video secretly taken by a wet nurse in the presidential palace. In the video, Hua Zixing questioned Nan Gongyu, you messed things up this time. Didn't you say that you could sow discord between Shen Yan and Xing Buhua? I didn't expect Xing Shang to be so bad. I've already taught him what to do, but he can't even do something as simple as this. Nan Gongyu was also vexed. This is bad. If Xing Shang is captured, he might betray you. Hua Zixing said worriedly. No, he doesn't know what I look like. The problem is that our plan failed. Didn't you see that Shen Yan has been staying in Lu Shuang's room for the past few days? He doesn't even want to accompany me to M country. Now that he has no enemies, he will definitely end our relationship in advance. Hua Zixing said without confidence. Nan Gongyu remained silent and did not speak. Hua Zixing panicked even more. Xiao Yu, help me. I can't live without Shen Yan. Nan Gongyu nodded. I'll think of another way. You should leave now. Shen Yan might want to discuss it with you. Yes, yes. He will discuss everything with me. Hua Zixing pulled herself together and walked towards the door. The video ended there. Xing Buhua looked in front of him with a dark expression. He found it strange. Xing Shang was not a scheming person. How could he sow discord? If it wasn't for Bai Ye, he would have fallen for it. It turned out that someone was teaching him. If it wasn't for their sudden appearance, he would still be happily with Bai Ye in B country. Perhaps they would already be together. Scheming against him. Xing Buhua's lips twitched. It was time to strike back. He sent out a message. Begin Plan A*. Bai Ye did not get through to Xing Shang, nor did she get through to Xing Buhua. Perhaps it was because she had cried for too long that her stomach was feeling uncomfortable. She lay on the bed, her heart still aching. Her body curled up. She was tired, but she could not sleep. There was a knock on the door. Bai Ye did not have the energy to respond. Song Shiyu pushed the door open and entered. She called out gently, Xiaoya, it's time for dinner. What's wrong? Are you feeling unwell? Bai Ye did not want to speak. She closed her eyes and pretended to sleep. Song Shiyu saw that Bai Ye was not moving. She placed her hand on Bai Ye's forehead and made a call worriedly. Hello, Zhang Xingyu. Xiaoya seems to be feeling unwell. Get a reliable doctor over to check on her. Bai Ye heard Song Shiyu's concerned voice and opened her eyes slowly. If she were to go with Gu Lingqing, Song Shiyu would be left alone in this empty room. How lonely would she be? She had to get Xiao Axan back. At least, Song Shiyu would have someone to rely on. She would not feel so hopeless. Xiaoya, you're awake. Are you feeling unwell? Song Shiyu asked worriedly. Since Song Shiyu had found out that she was awake, it would be rude of her to pretend to be asleep. Bai Ye sat up. My stomach hurts a little today, so I'm resting in bed. Song Shiyu looked at Bai Ye's eyes. You're crying. What's wrong? Didn't you go overseas with Gu Lingqing? You came back early. Did he bully you? Bai Ye shook her head. The truth was too cruel. She could not say it in front of Song Shiyu. Something happened when I was overseas. But fortunately, it's been resolved, Bai Ye explained. It's good that it's resolved. Oh yes, Shirlan has already had her first skin graft. The doctor said that it was very effective. She can be discharged in a few days. 3 months later, we'll see how her recovery goes before deciding whether to have her second skin graft, Song Shiyu said. The corners of Bai Ye's lips curled up slightly. In the future, when she was not around, there would be Shirlan accompanying Song Shiyu. She could rest assured. It will be fine. Science is so advanced now, especially in the plastic surgery industry. There won't be any problems. Okay. If your stomach is not feeling well, just lie down. I'll bring you some food. There's your favorite fish soup today. I caught it this morning. It's very fresh, Song Shiyu said lovingly. Thank you, Mom, Bai Ye said softly. Song Shiyu went out. Bai Ye looked at her phone. There was still no reply from Xing Buhua or Xing Shang. Her phone rang. She was shocked. It was Shen Yiyan's call. She hesitated. Once, she told Shen Yiyan that Xing Buhua was Gu Lingqing and begged Shen Yiyan to let her go. But now, Xing Buhua was not Gu Lingqing. She would not leave with Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua would stay. She hated Xing Buhua for lying to her. He even bullied her. But at the same time, she understood why Xing Buhua did not want her when she took the initiative. He was afraid that she would commit suicide, so he pretended to be Gu Lingqing. In general, it was still good. But she should not tell Shen Yiyan. If she did not tell him, Shen Yiyan would find out sooner or later. If she told him, Shen Yiyan might not let Xing Buhua go. While she was hesitating, her phone stopped ringing. She took a deep breath and got up from the bed. Her phone rang again. She picked it up and saw that it was still from Shen Yiyan. He would not give up until she answered the call. Chapter 701. Where? Asked Shen Yiyan. At home. Xing Buhua told me about what happened in Country B. He said that my men were killed by Xing Shang. Is that true? Asked Shen Yiyan. That's just my guess. We were assassinated when we were overseas, but Jiang Xingyu saved us. Jiang Xingyu. Why is he in Country B? Asked Shen Yiyan. I don't know. Jiang Xingyu said that he saw Wu Di acting suspiciously, so he followed him and found out that he wanted to kill us. Wu Di. How is that possible? Why would they say it was Wu Di? Their goal was to sow discord between you and Xing Buhua. If Wu Di was in the country during those few days, then their lies would fall apart. I'm guessing that Wu Di has been missing for the past few days. To make the whole thing more believable, there's an 80% chance that Wu Di has already been killed. Bai Ye analyzed. Can you find out where Wu Di's body is? Use the heavenly eye, asked Shen Yiyan. If they're under surveillance, then we should be able to find it. But Xing Shang knows that I have the heavenly eye, so I'm afraid he won't make a move in a place with surveillance, said Bai Ye calmly. Do you have any ideas on how to find Wu Di's body? There are a few possibilities for his body to be found. 1. Logically deduce where it is. 2. It was discovered by chance. 3. The murderer confesses. So, I suggest you ask Xing Shang directly. If Xing Shang doesn't confess, do you have any evidence? Asked Shani Yan with furrowed brows. No, replied Baiya straightforwardly. Before you leave, can you help me get the answer? You're good at hypnosis. You should be able to get the answer through hypnosis, right? Asked Shani Yan hopefully. Not necessarily. Try. He's my man. I don't want him to die without a corpse. I still have to answer to his family, requested Shani Yan sincerely. Baiya thought about Gu Lingqing's corpse. She desperately wanted to find him, so she understood how Wu Di's family felt. I'll try. Invite Xing Shang to your place and I'll give you some medicine. Remember to make Xing Shang take it unknowingly. Before he takes it, don't let him sense your hostility, Baiya reminded. All right, let's do it tomorrow. I'll invite some officials to a meal tomorrow. I'll call you over when the time comes, said Shani Yan. Okay. Baiya answered and hung up the phone. She stood at the window and looked at the scenery outside. Gu Lingqing, Baiya murmured. Her waist was being hugged by someone. Her heart tightened. She turned around in surprise and saw Gu Lingqing's face. However, she knew that he was not Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing's eyes became even more profound, like an unfathomable deep blue, and even more gloomy. Xing Buhua, she shouted. Yes, replied Xing Buhua. Xing Shang said that you're Gu Lingqing's twin brother, said Baiya gently. Baiya asked softly. She looked calm, but her heart had already sunk into an icy lake. She already knew the answer, but she still wanted to hear it from him in person. Do you believe what he said? Asked Xing Buhua in a low voice. He stared into her eyes with a burning gaze. When we were on the island, we adopted a tortoise. Do you remember the tortoise's name? Asked Baiya. When we were on the island, we didn't adopt a tortoise. Baiya looked at him and raised the corners of her mouth, but her eyes were bitter and misty. Even so, I still know that you're not Gu Lingqing. So you believe what he said? Asked Xing Buhua gently and calmly. He let go of Baiya's waist. I believe what I feel. If one day, you find a girl who is more important than your life, you'll understand what I'm saying now, said Baiya softly, as if she was whispering. Xing Buhua also smiled. He knew that Baiya was so smart that he couldn't pretend anymore. What if I've already fallen in love with you? Asked Xing Buhua with hope. In your heart, who is more important to you, me or Gu Lingqing? Baiya didn't answer him directly. Perhaps this was the advantage of being a psychologist. He could cleverly solve problems and let him choose for himself. My brother is dead. His beloved woman is the first person I need to take care of. I can't let him worry even in heaven. You don't have to do this. Maybe you don't believe me, but I've known you for a long time, confessed Xing Buhua. You've appeared in our lives before. Baiya was suspicious. No, it was in my dreams. I know a lot about you and Gu Lingqing. I saw him cut off his finger for you. I saw him losing sleep because of you. I saw you two living a happy life on the island. I felt the pain, reluctance, and regret in his heart. Xing Buhua choked and said. So I also know that he can see you through me. Baiya stared at Xing Buhua. Her tears flowed down quietly. Where is he now? I've already buried him beside Mom and Dad. Xiaoya, don't let him worry. Don't let him worry. You once said that when you love someone, you don't have to do what you think you love. You have to do what he wants you to do. He wants you to live well. Baiya raised a faint smile. Actually, I've always been a very selfish person, heh. You're not. You're someone who would rather sacrifice yourself to help others. You're someone who would rather live the way others want you to live, no matter how much pain you're in. Think about Xiao Yan, think about the child in your belly. Do you really have the heart to let the child leave before he can see the world? Ling Qing is looking forward to the birth of the child. He'll blame you for the birth of the child. Xing Buhua tried to persuade her. Bai Ye's tears flowed even more fiercely. In that case, I really think a lot for others. But why can't a person like me, who always thinks for others and feels guilty for hurting people who have committed heinous crimes, get happiness? Every time I think happiness is around me, it's as if I've been cursed. It's like I've been cursed and will disappear. I'm tired of the cruelty of this world. I'll give you happiness. The happiness you once hoped for will come true in the future. Give yourself a chance. Xing Buhua said affectionately and anxiously. Xing Buhua. Bai Ye sniffled. She tried not to lose control of her emotions. When I was born, I was destined to be unfortunate. My parents separated, and my mother became mentally ill. It wasn't easy to find Gu Lingqing, but he was never happy when he was with me. He almost died a few times. The people who were with me never had a good ending. Chapter 702. That's why he did better than me. But someone who did better than me left me behind. He. That's why he didn't let anyone down except me. Why should I live the way he wants me to live? Bai Ye was agitated. She shook off Xing Buhua's hand. That's why he did better than me. Isn't it even more unworthy for you to die for someone who let you down? Xing Buhua said impulsively. Bai Ye turned her face away and looked out of the window. You should go. I want some time alone. From now on, I won't leave you. Even if you die, I'll accompany you, Xing Buhua said solemnly. His eyes were firm and determined. Bai Ye looked at him in confusion. She was angry and resentful. Xing Buhua didn't say anything. He smiled at her. Bai Ye turned her face away again and turned her back to him. Song Shiyu pushed the door open. She was shocked to see Xing Buhua. Mom, I'm back, Xing Buhua said. He took the plate from Song Shiyu. Song Shiyu cried tears of joy. She choked. Good. It's good that you're back. You haven't eaten yet, right? I'll bring your plate up now. Keep Xiaoyu company. Thank you, Mom, Xing Buhua said. Song Shiyu wiped away her tears and went out happily. Bai Ye's eyes were locked. Strange emotions flowed through her. She turned around and looked at Xing Buhua. Where's Xiao Axian? Let him go home. Xiao Axian hates you. It's too dangerous to keep him by your side. Xing Buhua rejected her directly. She knew that Xing Buhua was telling the truth. But she didn't care about her life. Why should she be afraid of danger? But Xing Buhua said it so decisively. He probably wouldn't agree. Perhaps she was too tired, or perhaps she was too excited before, but now her brain was a little muddled. She really needed to rest. I don't want to eat. I want to sleep, Bai Ye said. Go to sleep for a while and eat after you wake up. I won't leave. Xing Buhua said good-naturedly and helped Bai Ye lift the quilt. Bai Ye lay on the bed, and Xing Buhua covered her with the blanket again. He covered her from all sides, leaving only her face exposed. He lowered his head and gently kissed her forehead. He whispered, I will protect you. I swear. Bai Ye closed his eyes, but his eyelashes were trembling. He swallowed his bitterness and didn't say anything. In the afternoon, the doctor came. Seeing that Bai Ye had fallen asleep, Xing Buhua asked the doctor to leave. Looking at Xing Buhua, who looked exactly the same as the chief, Zhang Xingyu summoned his courage and said, Can I talk to you for a while? Xing Buhua knew that Zhang Xingyu was Gu Lingqing's confidant. He nodded and opened the door. He didn't go far and just waited outside. Are you Chief Gu? Zhang Xingyu asked, looking at Xing Buhua's face. Xing Buhua and Chief Gu looked exactly the same. He couldn't tell them apart. I am his twin brother. Xing Buhua didn't lie. Then Chief. Madam. Zhang Xingyu's eyes turned red and he started to speak incoherently. I will shoulder the responsibility of my brother and do what he wants to do. Don't worry, I will go and see Xiaoyu first. If there is anything, you can talk to me. Also, Xiaoyu's health is not very good. I will ask my military doctor to come and protect her 24/7, Xing Buhua said. Zhang Xingyu didn't say anything. He vaguely felt that Chief Gu's brother was also a good person. After all, it was this brother and madam who defeated Sui Chuani together. Was it Sui Chuani who assassinated Chief Gu? Yes. Xing Buhua said firmly. I understand. Then take good care of madam. She is very emotional today. She has been crying for hours and her voice has become hoarse. I don't know what to do. Zhang Xingyu said helplessly. I will. You can go and do what you need to. Also, have the people from the shadow come back? Xing Buhua asked thoughtfully. Not yet. They will come back tomorrow. Zhang Xingyu reported. Make the arrangements. I need to ensure Baiya's safety. Xing Buhua ordered. Yes, Chief. Zhang Xingyu couldn't help but salute. Looking at Xing Buhua's face, which was exactly the same as the chief's, he was also in a trance. Xing Buhua nodded and went back to the room to continue accompanying Baiya. When Baiya woke up, it was already 6:00 in the afternoon. She opened her eyes and saw Xing Buhua first. She looked at the face which was exactly the same as Gu Lingqing's. She didn't want to think. She just wanted to keep looking at him like this, as if Gu Lingqing was by her side. Are you hungry? Xing Buhua asked. I chatted with Mom for a while just now. She wants to make you the freshest fish soup. She went fishing again in the afternoon. She listened to Xing Buhua's voice, which was exactly the same as Gu Lingqing's, and her heart started to ache. She was enjoying her happiness. What about Gu Lingqing? Suffering from loneliness. She sat up. Thanks for the hard work, Mom. Xing Buhua immediately helped her and brainwashed her. The hardest thing is that the person you love is not around. You should know this better than us. Everything else is worth it. Baiya stepped down from the bed. She looked very calm and there was nothing strange on her face. She sniffed and said, I smell the fragrance of fish. Your nose is really sensitive. Should we go down for dinner now or send it to the room? Xing Buhua said kindly. Baiya looked at him. Are you going to use Gu Lingqing's identity? Song Shiyu is old. I don't want to hurt her. She is also someone that Lingqing wants to protect, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baiya understood and reminded him, Gu Lingqing is usually very cool. He won't take the initiative to talk to Song Shiyu. Even if Song Shiyu talks to him, he will only say yes. You have to be careful. After all, Song Shiyu and Gu Lingqing have been together for so many years. Gu Lingqing will see through it. Xing Buhua smiled. I need you to help me more in the future. Am I very different from Lingqing? You have the same face and voice. But your behavior and temperament are worlds apart. He is very introverted while you are very bold, Baiya analyzed. Alright, I will be careful in the future. I will build a shed by the river tomorrow morning. I will go fishing with you, Xing Buhua said with a smile. Baiya didn't say anything. She went downstairs. When Song Shiyu saw Bai Ye and Xing Buhua, she smiled happily. I was about to go upstairs and call you for dinner. I didn't expect you to come down. I feel hungry when I smell the fish, Bai Ye said with a smile. You didn't eat the fish at noon. Zhang Xingyu happened to come over. I asked him to bring me some for Shulan. Shulan just had surgery on her face. She can't eat food like fish. She should eat more fruits and vegetables, Bai Ye said. Ah. Then I will call him, Song Shiyu said guiltily. But it's okay to eat a little. I think the doctor there will remind you. Bai Ye comforted Song Shiyu. No, I have to call and ask. Song Shiyu was worried and called immediately. Seeing that Song Shiyu was so concerned about Lin Shulan, Bai Ye felt comforted. Lin Shulan was an orphan. From now on, he would stay by Song Shiyu's side. Xing Buhua kept looking at Bai Ye as if he was afraid that he would suddenly disappear in front of him. Chapter 703. After the call, Song Shiyu heaved a sigh of relief and said to Bai Ye, It's okay, it's okay. The doctor said that she didn't eat it and gave it to Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu has been on good terms with her recently. The two of them are actually quite compatible. Bai Ye replied softly, I'll help Mom with the dishes. She followed Song Shiyu into the kitchen. Song Shiyu made Gu Lingqing's favorite braised pork with preserved vegetables, fresh fish soup, fish balls, fish sliders, fried fish steak, chicken breast, fruit salad, braised mushrooms, and beef in sour soup. You've made so many dishes, I'll become fat soon. Bai Ye said jokingly. Xing Buhua wanted to say that he would like it even if she became fat. They were a meaty family, but he remembered Bai Ye's reminder. Gu Lingqing was usually cool, so he didn't say anything. Song Shiyu put his arm around Bai Ye's shoulders. If Lingqing dares to look down on you, I'll beat him up. Ha! Bai Ye laughed. She missed Gu Lingqing. She missed him very much. As she laughed, her eyes turned red. She lowered her eyes and let her long eyelashes cover the emotions in her eyes, so that no one could see it. The three of them sat at the dining table and ate the delicious dinner. Song Shiyu looked at Xing Buhua and then at Bai Ye. Have you decided to leave this place? Xing Buhua didn't say anything and looked at Bai Ye. Bai Ye shook her head. As long as Gu Lingqing was here, she wouldn't go anywhere else. We wanted to leave, not because we were looking forward to the outside world, but because we wanted to avoid Xing Dongqing, Zhuochuani, and those who wanted to hurt us. Now that Xing Dongqing is dead, and Zhuochuani will be punished by the law, we are safe. After all, our families are here. Our friends, our memories together, we won't leave, Bai Ye said. Xing Buhua held Bai Ye's hand. Because in front of Song Shiyu, Bai Ye didn't pull out his sword, but he didn't look at Xing Buhua either. It's good that you're not leaving. Hee, I was wondering where I would go after leaving this place. I've thought about it, but there's no place I want to go the most. Actually, home is the warmest place. It's better to travel to other places. Otherwise, it's easy to get lost. Song Shiyu said happily. You're right. If you have a home, you know where you want to go. Bai Ye pulled out her hand that was held by Xing Buhua and scooped soup. Xing Buhua immediately took the spoon and scooped soup for Bai Ye. He also scooped a bowl of soup for Song Shiyu. Song Shiyu looked at Xing Buhua with relief. After going through so much, Lingqing has learned to care for others. Good, very good. Xing Buhua imitated Gu Lingqing's coldness. After the meal, Song Shiyu carried the bowl to the kitchen. He walked out of the door and called Zhang Xingyu. Are there any suitable maids? No, there's only one woman in Aning, Shu Lan. Since Shu Lan's accident, she hasn't found a maid. She's worried that a maid in the manor would be a threat to Madame, Zhang Xingyu explained. I see. I'll send someone over tomorrow to take care of the hygiene in the manor. Don't worry about my people, Xing Buhua said. Of course. There's one thing. When In Ying's people come to work tomorrow, do you want to hide your identity or tell them the truth? Zhang Xingyu asked. Tell them the truth. Once a lie is exposed, it's a different story. But keep it from Song Shiyu for now. I don't want her to be too sad, Xing Buhua said. Okay, got it. Zhang Xingyu hung up the phone. Xing Buhua turned around. Bai Ye was standing behind him. Let's go out for a walk. I have something to ask you, Bai Ye said. Wait. Xing Buhua took Bai Ye's down jacket and put it on her. He said, it's very cold outside. Don't catch a cold. Okay. Bai Ye adjusted her jacket and walked out of the door. There was a moon in the sky and a few sparse stars. The wind was cold, but it made people think more clearly. I remember you were looking for something when you first appeared. What were you looking for? Bai Ye asked. A photo. It's a photo of me and Ling Qing when we were born. I gave it to Gu Tianhang when I was looking for him. But I didn't find it. Maybe he burned it long ago, Xing Buhua explained. You contacted Gu Lingqing's father long ago? Bai Ye was surprised. Yes. When Gu Lingqing left JQ to go into business, I contacted Lingqing's adoptive father and told him that I'm Gu Lingqing's twin brother, Xing Buhua said without holding anything back. Bai Ye didn't expect that. Gu Lingqing's adoptive father moved here because of you. Yes. There are secret passages in this manor. Even if I came to contact him, no one would find out. So, Gu Lingqing's adoptive father gave you the map of the secret passages, Bai Ye guessed. Yes. We've been planning it. The reason why I could enter the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and become the Minister of Foreign Affairs has a lot to do with Gu Tianhang's planning, Xing Buhua explained. But Gu Lingqing's father didn't mention you when he died. Bai Ye was curious. Why? I think there are a few possibilities. First, when Ling Qing came back, Gu Tianhang's health was very bad, and he passed away before he could say it. Second, he felt that it was useless to say it, and it would put me in danger, so he didn't say it. Third, he might have said it, but Ling Qing didn't tell you, Xing Buhua analyzed. Bai Ye took a deep breath and understood. You don't know where Yan is, do you? I don't know. Ling Shui knows. So, it's easy for you to find Yan. Bai Ye shook her head. She was afraid that her determination would be shaken after seeing Yan. Yan is happy with his adoptive parents. I'll always be his mother, but I don't want him to feel unfortunate now. That's the right decision, Xing Buhua agreed. Bai Ye didn't say anything. She stepped on the withered branches, making a rustling sound. It seemed even more lonely. She was afraid that the loneliness would be so heavy that she couldn't breathe. She asked again, Buhua, are you and Chiu Ting husband and wife? No. Chiu Ting is actually Xing Shang's illegitimate daughter. He has always wanted to marry Chiu Ting to me, but I only see Chiu Ting as my sister. Anne. Xing Buhua paused and blushed. I've never had sex with a woman. Okay. Bai Ye answered softly. She walked to the lake and looked at it. She said coldly, don't like me. Chapter 704. Your liking isn't real, it's just a psychological suggestion. Many twins receive too much information from the outside world and feel that there's a connection between them. They'll like the same thing and the same type of person and subconsciously get close to them. Bai turned around and looked at Xing Buhua. You think I like you because I hinted to myself that I like you. This logic is like you don't know how to drink, but you tell yourself that you're not drunk, so you'll drink more than others. This is a psychological suggestion, Bai said firmly. If psychological suggestions are so useful, why don't you tell yourself that you don't like Gu Lingqing anymore? That way, you can live well, Xing Buhua retorted. Bai revealed a bitter smile. You think I didn't do it? Not only did I do psychological suggestions, I even hypnotized myself and let my second personality become my main personality. He's cold, decisive, strong, and won't be hurt by others. But my second personality also fell in love with him. Xing Buhua looked at Bai in surprise. This was something he didn't know. Then are you the first personality or the second personality? The difference between the first personality and the second personality is that when I'm the first personality, every time the second personality appears, the first personality's memory will go blank and he won't remember what he's done. My second personality knows everything my first personality does. Now, I remember. Either I'm still the first personality, or I've already cured myself, Bai said calmly. So, you also said that psychological suggestions are useless, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Bai, you're very eloquent. It's a pity that you're not a lawyer, Bai said. She turned around and continued to look at the lake. Xing Buhua laughed and squeezed her with his shoulder. You're angry. All right, I was wrong. Bai didn't say anything. Xing Buhua stood in front of her. Can I show you a magic trick? Bai remained silent. Xing Buhua took out 100 yuan from his wallet and folded it into the shape of a small rose. Now both hands are gone, right? You're looking. He put his hand behind her neck, took out the rose, and gave it to her. How did it get on you? Bai was still staring at him. Are you sure you're Gu Lingqing's elder brother, and not Gu Lingqing's younger brother? Xing Buhua. I think the two of us should be lawyers together. We'll be invincible. He stuffed the rose into Bai's hand. I'm the elder brother, and Lingqing is the younger brother. You look exactly like Gu Lingqing. Maybe even your father got it wrong. Bai said as she stuffed the rose back into his pocket. I know. The money has always been in your hands. I've seen this kind of magic trick many times. Sigh, it doesn't seem like a good thing to have a smart wife. Xing Buhua sighed. So, you should find a girl who is a little more stupid, who will focus on you. She will listen to everything you say, be touched by everything you do, and admire everything he thinks. That kind of girl will be more suitable for you, Bai said seriously. Xing Buhua didn't refute. He didn't want to give Bai any pressure. He didn't fall in love with her because of psychological cues. He fell in love with her when he was with her. Let's go. One more round and we'll go back. It's too cold outside. Your face is red from the cold. Bai replied. She walked in front slowly and didn't say anything. Xing Buhua's phone rang. He saw that it was the landline of Xing Shang's house. He thought that it was his subordinate who had something to report, so he answered. Xing Buhua, why did you imprison Grandpa? Qiu Ting asked anxiously. Xing Buhua was annoyed when he heard Qiu Ting's voice. I don't need to report to you. I've already called the police, Qiu Ting said angrily. Oh. Xing Buhua replied indifferently and hung up. He thought for a while and called Li Junyan. I have a task for you. Take Qiu Ting away. I don't want her to step into a land again. Do you know what to do? Chief, have you broken up with Xing Shang? Li Junyan asked worriedly. It's not that I broke up with him. He killed Wu Di, who was always by Shiniyan's side, and colluded with Jiang Xingyu in order to sow discord between me and Shiniyan. Qiu Ting will only be waiting for Xing Shang's death. She will only be sadder. Don't you love her? Take her away, Xing Buhua said in a deep voice. After that, he hung up. Bai Yi got a general understanding of Qiu Ting's situation from the phone call. Too much love was also a kind of obsession. She was very lucky. At least she and Gu Lingqing loved each other. Her life was worth it. She slept too much during the day. She didn't go to bed but stayed in the library to mark the papers. Xing Buhua marked the papers for her as usual. She was very focused and elegant, as if she was no longer immersed in sadness. He believed that as long as Bai Yi decided to live, she would accept him one day. It didn't matter if she didn't accept him. Companionship was the longest confession. Time ticked by. It was 12:00, and the clock struck 12. Bai Yi looked up at the clock and put down the pen in her hand. I'm going to rest. Okay. Bai Yi walked in front and Xing Buhua followed her. She stopped and looked at him. In my eyes, you're just my husband's brother. I know. Don't worry. You know I won't do anything to you. Xing Buhua smiled and said with certainty. Bai Yi thought about it. He didn't want her when she took the initiative. She continued to walk forward and returned to her room. She took a change of clothes and went to the bathroom. She locked the door and came out after washing up. Xing Buhua had already spread out the sofa. He said to Bai Yi, I'll sleep here from now on. I'll recover during the day. Bai Yi walked to the cupboard and took out the bedding, quilt and pillow. She helped Xing Buhua make the bed. Xing Buhua looked at the way she made the bed, and his heart was filled with warmth. This was good, he was satisfied. Bai Yi helped him make the bed and said in a distant tone, Thank you for your hard work, brother. The word brother revealed his identity. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened again. Go to sleep first. Good night. Bai Yi nodded and climbed into the bed. She turned her back to him and looked out of the window. Now, Lu Shuang had Shiniyan to take care of him. Soon, they would get married. Song Shiyu had Shu Lan to accompany her. Xing Buhua was so outstanding. There would be a girl suitable for him. Xiao Yan would be taken care of by his adoptive parents. Xiao Axayan could also return to Song Shiyu. Now that she had left, there was nothing she could not let go of. Chapter 705. She had a good night's sleep and woke up naturally. Her nose was filled with the aroma of fried eggs and sausages. Bai Yi smiled. Xing Buhua's mood improved when he saw her smile. Are you hungry? Bai Yi nodded. She went to the washroom to brush her teeth and went downstairs. Did I wake you up? Song Shiyu asked guiltily. No, I was about to wake up anyway. Bai Yi looked at the dining table. Song Shiyu made some pancakes with sausages and eggs. There were shredded potatoes, cucumbers, carrots, and pork tenderloin. One look and I can tell it's delicious. Bai Yi grabbed one and took a bite. It's my favorite salad dressing. Mom, you made it so good. I'm glad you like it. There's milk next to it. It's just hot, Song Shiyu reminded her. I want 2 pieces, Bai Yi said. Yes, you can have as much as you want, Song Shiyu said. She glanced at Xing Buhua. Mom, Xing Buhua shouted. Wait a minute, I'll wrap it for you now. It's almost done. Do you want spicy sauce, sweet sauce, or salad dressing? Song Shiyu asked with a smile. Anything is fine, Xing Buhua said. Song Shiyu was about to go to the kitchen when she saw Zhang Xingyu. She greeted him warmly. Zhang Xingyu, what kind of pancake do you want? Spicy. Hee. Zhang Xingyu smiled. Wait a minute, I'll make it for you later. Song Shiyu went to the kitchen happily. Bai Yi looked at them and smiled. Their lives now looked good and warm. Zhang Xingyu walked to the dining table and nodded respectfully. Chief, Madam, everyone from the dark shadows is here. Bai Yi was still smiling. Her eyes were misty. That's good. Help me prepare the red packet. Yes. I'm going to have a meeting with them now. Save a cake for me. Zhang Xingyu said happily and turned around to leave. What do these soldiers usually eat? Xing Buhua asked. Zhang Xingyu was the one who arranged the food. I didn't do anything about it. What's wrong? Bai Yi was puzzled. Mom is getting on in years, and she'll be going back to work soon. Lin Shulan is still in the hospital, so I got someone to come over to do the housework. If I still need to prepare in Ying's meals, I'll have to call 2 people over. Xing Buhua explained. You can ask Zhang Xingyu how he handles the soldiers' meals. It'll be good if he can find someone to take care of Shu Lan after she comes out of the hospital. Mom needs to take care of herself after work. You can discuss it with him. Bai Yi said softly as she continued to eat her breakfast. Her cell phone rang. She saw it was Shen Yiyan and answered it in front of Xing Buhua. Is Xing Buhua with you? Shen Yiyan asked. Yes, he is. You can come at 11:00 at noon. The lunch is arranged in a big hotel in City A. I've invited 10 tables. Secretary Jiang will inform the others. When will you give me the medicine? I'll ask Zhang Xingyu to send it to you later. Will Lu Shuang show up for the lunch? Bai Yi asked thoughtfully. Of course. She's my assistant on the surface. Do you need me to arrange time for you to catch up? Shen Yiyan was perceptive and said. Bai Yi smiled. Thank you. One more thing. I've sent someone to see your subordinate. She's recovering well. Do you still need plastic surgery or to keep her original appearance? Then keep her original appearance. After all, appearance isn't everything, right? Bai Yi said with a smile. Great minds think alike. That's all for now. I have other things to arrange. Okay. Bai Yi hung up the phone and said to Xing Buhua, Shen Yiyan invited us to the big hotel in City A for lunch at 11:00. Song Shiyu came out of the kitchen. She handed the cake to Xing Buhua and said, I'll make you a sweet one. Xiaoya, what other flavor do you want? Salad dressing, Bai Yi said. Mom, make me a salad dressing too, Xing Buhua said. Okay. Song Shiyu went to make the salad dressing happily. Half an hour later, Zhang Xingyu came in and wolfed down the breakfast made by Song Shiyu. He wolfed down Song Shiyu's breakfast and couldn't help praising, it's so delicious. I'm so happy. Bai Yi put the medicine in a box and handed it to Zhang Xingyu. After you eat it, send this to the President Palace. Remember, you have to hand it to Shen Yiyan. Okay. I'll do it, Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. Bai Yi was at ease with his work. What's that medicine? Xing Buhua asked in surprise. It's a psychotropic drug. To put it simply, it's given to the patient during hypnosis, Bai Yi explained. Hypnosis? Who? Xing Buhua asked. This time, Shen Yiyan invited many officials. The main point is Xing Shang. He wants to know where Xing Shang put Wudi's body. Xiaoya, I'm a little worried, Xing Buhua said thoughtfully. What are you worried about? I told Xing Shang that I would tell Shen Yan and ask Shen Yan to punish him. Now that Shen Yan invited him to dinner, he might do something crazy. For example, tell Shen Yan that I'm Xing Buhua, Xing Buhua said worriedly. You're not Gu Lingqing. You can't hide your identity. The problem is, you told him that I'm Gu Lingqing. Will Shen Yan think that we're lying to him on purpose? In my opinion, he's a suspicious person. Plus, when I went to see him yesterday, he asked when we were leaving. I think he's still guarded against me. So what do you mean? Bai Yi looked Xing Buhua up and down. Shen Yan wants to know where Wudi's body is. We can just interrogate him in private and tell him, Xing Buhua suggested. Bai Yi was silent. She took a deep breath. Xing Buhua. Tell me, do you want to be the president? If you want me to leave with you, I can go with you right now, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. He looked at her with deep, determined eyes. So, you don't want to be the president, do you? Bai Yi asked. That depends on whether you want to be the president or not. Xing Buhua threw the question back at her. I understand. If we interrogate him behind Shen Yan's back, Shen Yan will be even more suspicious. Let me handle this. I'll meet Shen Yan at the presidential palace later. Xiaoya, don't trust Shen Yan too much. He even forced his own father to die for the sake of the throne, Xing Buhua reminded her. He's weighing the pros and cons. He's not an unreasonable person. You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.